Hello everyone. This was the Q&A stream I held on Saturday. The point of it was to mark my 2-year anniversary on YouTube, where I answered your burning questions. And don't worry, if I didn't get your questions in this time, I'll always have another in the future. Alright, get cozy, and thank you for being you. Hello. How you guys doing? You guys doing good? Yeah, how you guys doing? Hello, it's Saturday. What do we got? We got Laura, Sunshine, Lou, Lavilab, Bint, Kitsuna. Very nice. Dragon. Very nice. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to you too, lonely bunny girl. How you guys doing? You guys doing good? I sure hope so. I was just making myself a coffee. And yeah. Is it this button? No, is it this button? Yes. Okay. You can call me Bunny if you like. Okay. Let me get everything situated. Boom. Actually, let's make that a little bigger. A little smaller. A little bigger. That's fine. It don't matter. How you guys doing? Singing. Oh boy. Sailor Moon soda? What? I didn't know they made Sailor Moon soda. I gotta spend $1,000 on the car, but I'm alright. Hey, you know what they say? You should always spend the most on the things that separate you from the ground. 2 years. I know, right? Dragon, thank you. Two years. Technically tomorrow, but I don't stream tomorrow, right? So close enough. Close enough. It's 2 years somewhere in the world, right? Somewhere in Margaritaville. But it's 2 years. 2 years of freaking doing this. Well, not Twitch streaming, but you know, doing smartest stuff. You know? It's been quite the adventurous 2 years, you know. I never thought I'd be where I am right now. So many days, yes. Was that 730 days, somewhere around there? So, but very crazy. Don't know how to structure this thing. You know what I mean? I want to kind of give some time for people to filter in. I don't want to just jump into the questions and then people are like, "Did you answer my question? Did you already start?" You know, I want to give everybody a fair shake of the stick. You know what I mean? And besides, we got all stream. There was 33 questions, so that's what 10 minutes. No, that's not how it works. 300 minutes? No, 2 minutes. 6 minutes. That's 6 minutes per question. So we got plenty of time to burn, right? There was a game I was going to play today, and I forgot what it was. I, remembered it last night when I was falling asleep. I was like, oh, I should play this on stream, and then I proceeded to honk shoe, so I don't remember. But how you guys doing? Thank you for being here with me during this event. I don't remember what I did for my 1-year anniversary. Oh, no. Did I do it? I did a Q&A, right? Because that was also when I hit 10K subs. I think, question mark. So, somewhere around there. But, it was a Q&A. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was a YouTube video. It wasn't quite organic as this. You know what I mean? So, as you can see, I got a little picker wheel. So, this is a little wheel I can spin, you know. And, I got all the comments loaded up from YouTube on here. I did my best to remind you guys to get your questions in. And We'll spin the wheel and it'll land on a comment and it'll answer it. Not all of these are questions, but it's fine. It's whatever. Ooh. Yeah, I thought it'd be a little more fun than just sitting there staring at a web page scrolling. You know what I mean? So, But yeah. Yeah, it's been and you guys can answer stroking out. You guys can ask questions in the chat, of course, as always. You know, because all the questions on the YouTube were, the usual suspects. So, you can always you know me, I'm open book. I'll tell you what I look like. I'll tell you what my hair color is, all that stuff. I don't care. So, yeah. But it's been crazy, man. 2 years. And I feel like I'm just starting, It's flying by so quickly, and you've improved and done so much. I feel like I've improved. You know what I mean? Better equipment and better processes, better production, better presentation. I've personally made the step in the direction of like what I want out of the videos when I give them to you guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, I have videos that got 250,000 views, and I haven't had that since, but you can't really use that as a gauge of success. At least for me, I don't. You know what I mean? Because then you're just going to always be chasing waterfalls. Yeah. So you were so much younger back then. Life was simple. That's true. Yeah. It was so starry-eyed and full of hopes and dreams, How do you get stories prompts for your audios? And can a bunny send one somehow? So I used to go on r/, r/ it's Reddit. I used to go on r/ASMR Script Haven. That's how I used to get my scripts. Not so much anymore. I write pretty much 99% of my scripts now. Occasionally I'll find a script that I'm like, hey, this is pretty good. Or someone shares one with me. And that's how I do it. But most of the time it's my own stuff now. It used to be like 2023, majority of 2020, like half of 2024 maybe, was scripts. But I focused on writing my own stuff. And now it's been exclusive to me, my own stuff these past few months. So mine is like reading a book or whatever. But yeah, you can send me one. You can either just @ me somewhere on Twitter. The only two places you can @ me are Twitch or Twitter/Blue Sky and Reddit, or you can just email it to me. Either one. But yeah, that's how I used to do it. ASMR Script Haven. But I wanted to write my own. You know what I mean? There were stories I wanted to pursue. There was characters and vibes I wanted to explore. And writing was the only way to kind of get there. You know what I mean? So, has it flown by for you? Yes and no. It feels like this 2 years has gone by in a blink of an eye, but at the same time, it feels like it's been forever, if that makes sense. It's like, wait, 2 years? Wait. Like, sand slipping between my fingers. But at the same time, it's like, I feel like I just started in a good way. You know what I mean? It's not that all the time is blurred by. It feels like I'm just starting. It feels like I'm still, that I haven't weathered 2 years. So it's kind of like a yes and no with that. You know what I mean? The writer of The Dark Elf is on here. Well done. That was a good script. I like that one. You know what I mean? Sometimes people submit scripts to me personally, and they don't want to be named. So I'll just put like ghostwriter. I always credit either the writer or the ghostwriter or myself. Yeah, I always rate who wrote the script. Found you by your hypnosis videos. What fascinated you with hypnosis to make ASMR of it? Well, I've always listened to hypnosis. I've listened to hypnosis for years. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I like hypnosis. I like the vibe. I like how it's presented. I like the prose, the spoken prose of it, and the flow. And I've been trying to explore more hypnosis, but hypnosis is one of those things that's really hard to get good at. You know what I mean? Only so few people can knock it out of the park, and writing it is very difficult. I'm sure you guys who are part of the community know. I think Char went on a hiatus, so it's just me and one other person basically writing hypnosis right now for the whole community. It's me and one other person. As far as I'm aware, you know what I mean? Because it's just really hard to write well, you know, so, but I enjoy it. It's fun because it allows for inventive stories, you know, because, most role plays narrative based, but hypnosis, you can kind of create these really weird, interesting stories like the one I did with the like cyberpunk inspired, where you go into like this place that helps you with your trauma by hypnotizing you. You know, like you can't really fit that into like a boyfriend or a knight in shining armor narrative. You know what I mean? So, who's my favorite hypnotist? Oh, I would tell you, but then that would out me because then you guys would go look at their other stuff. They're not on YouTube. I've transcended the realm of the medium, and don't listen to stuff that's on YouTube anymore. Or the artists have left YouTube to go do their own like private thing or whatever. So, trying to think of any ones that are on YouTube that I listen to. I can't think of the top of my mind because I'm aware of like all VAs, right? So it's like, you know, trying to cherry pick a name out. You're a good storyteller and scriptwriter. Would you write a book if you could or wanted to? I always wanted to write a book. Ever since I was a kid, because I used to read a ton. Drink your order? Okay, I'll take a sip of my coffee. I always wanted to write a book as a kid because I used to read a lot, you know. I wanted to write like a science fiction. I actually have a couple stories I've written, like the beginnings of a book. I even had like character arcs outlined. There was this book I was working on when I was like 19. There was something about like, you know, traditional like sci-fi movie, right? We had like terraformed another planet, but we couldn't ship people there, right? Because we couldn't figure out how to travel faster than light. So what we did is we made clones on the planet and then uploaded our minds to them so that we could live over there. And then the inciting incident was that there was something about like Earth wanted to separate from the planet or something. And then so you had all these people who were basically like digital people were going to be separated from like their home or their real bodies or something. And then I don't know where it went from there, but that was the like story I was coming up. Anybody's free to use that, but you know what I mean? That was like the first time I was like, I want to write a book. And then you realize how difficult it is to write a book. You know what I mean? So you always had that creativity in your spirit. Yeah, I've talked about this, but I've always struggled with creativity because I assumed to be creative, you had to have knowledge and good practice within the fine arts. And that's not true at all. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, well, I can't draw, so I can't do art. And it's like, no. You just need to find your tools in your medium, and then you can be creative. And my tools in my medium is video editing, you know what I mean? And script writing and stuff like this, you know what I mean? Setting up streams and building avatars and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Sounds like a cool story. Yeah, I'm sure there's some book or movie out there that's like, oh, that's actually this. You know what I mean? But yeah. I mean, I could share my writings. I don't have a lot of them. I only have a few. But I can share my writings with you guys. I used to play DayZ a lot, which is like a zombie survival mod for a game. And I wrote a short little story about that, or like being in that world, because I was obsessed with the game at the time. So I could share that. Hello, Elsa. But yeah, you know, I think enough time has passed. I think we can get into the meat of it. I can't center it, of course. That's fine. Okay, You sound really passionate and like you care about, does this make sense? You sound like you care about the integrity of storytelling. I care about narratives so much. I mean, granted, I'm willing to close my eyes to like an unoriginal or basic story. But the thing that's important to me is how the story's presented. You know what I mean? What is the medium that the story's given in, and how well is that shown, right? It could be a very basic story. It could just be guy is hero, right? But if it's shown in a good medium and it's shown well and makes you enjoy that story, then I'm a fan of that. You know what I mean? Like, the story doesn't need to be overly complex. I don't need 1,000 pages of lore and this and that. If it's just fun to watch or fun to listen to or whatever, then I'm into it. You know what I mean? So I'm a writer too. I was actually once almost a writer major in uni. Oh, interesting. So I want to consider myself a writer. At my peak, I was not at my peak, but full tilt. I write about 6,000 words a week. I think all said and done, I've written close to probably 60, 70,000 words over the past year or so. I don't know if that's a lot. I don't know how many words are in a book, but that's how many. I did the rough math. I've written about 60 to 70,000 words. So yeah. So a couple people threw in more than one question, which is okay. I'm not upset. But a little thing I noticed. But let's give it a little spin. Sorry, I got the coffee hiccups. And see what happens. Well, hey. Let's see. Lynn.wav? Lynn.wav? Congrats on the 2 years. I'll do ASMR. Congrats on the 2 years. This is a question I've always had. Will you ever okay, never mind. Will you ever consider doing infirm scenarios? I'm curious on this since I love your videos and would like to watch that spin sometime. So I get this question a lot. And there's actually a question about this question. I get this question a lot. And I've answered this question multiple times over the years. No. I will do what I have always done, and I will continue to do what I do currently. If I've done it, I'll do it again, maybe, minus the boyfriend stuff. Because like I'll post a book reading, right? Like I'll post Dracula, or I'll post something kind of different, and a lot of people will kind of chicken little and be like, oh my God, he's never going to post Hypno again, or he's never going to post Yonder again. And it's like, if you look at my catalog, I have well north of like 500 videos / audios. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to post it again. But no. Never planned on it, never thought about it, never contemplated it. It's just not for me. You know what I mean? Some people like ketchup. Some people like mustard. I like ketchup. No, I don't want to try mustard. I'm not interested in mustard. It doesn't interest me. It doesn't do anything for me. Because all I think about is whispering in my homie's ear, and I'm just like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Because for me, and I know, I can't control who consumes my content. But I make my audio for a specific demographic because that's the majority. I write my stories with a certain type of person in mind. You know what I mean? And like I said, I can't control who consumes it. I can't control who listens to my stuff. But, if you get upset that you don't feel like it's for you, it's probably because it's not. You know what I mean? But I've gotten this question. I've gotten people emailing me, and I'm like, I'm not interested. And they're like, why? Not interested. Why? There's another question about this later that I saw. I didn't look at any of the questions, by the way, so this is why this caught me so off guard. I personally wouldn't have included this question. But the people who ask these questions are typically the most out of everybody, out of any type of question I've ever gotten over the past 2 years, because I've gotten thousands and thousands of questions. Usually whoever asks this question is very, very aggressive about it. They want me to do it. And it's like, I don't. I never have, bro. What, you think after 2 years and 500 audios, I'm all of a sudden gonna do something different? No, sorry. You know what I mean? And it's understandable, right? Like within the community and within the medium, people who do F for A, F for M typically also do F for F, right? So if they're doing it, why am I not doing it? So it's understandable. It's part of the community. People get upset that I only do M for F. And here's another thing. I do M for A to be inclusive. I do M for A to allow everyone to do stuff. But the unfortunate fact, and this is like ugly talk, right? The unfortunate fact is when I do M for A stuff, people start getting really picky and people start getting upset with the content. They say you can't use this or you can't use that. I've had people say that they, them is not gender neutral. It's like, but I can't make everybody happy, right? You know what I mean? If I do M for F stuff, people are going to want M for A. If I do M for A, people are going to M for M. You know what I mean? Like, I can't make anybody happy. But I'm not interested in it. The only nice way I can say no thank you is just not interested. You know what I mean? I don't want to do it. It doesn't inspire me. Doesn't interest me. You know what I mean? Hey, you want to go climb Mount Everest? Not really. Just I'm gonna go play Factorio. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it is for me. I'm not against anything. I shouldn't have to say that in the first place. But yeah, it just doesn't do it. But I get this question a lot. Usually in private, usually in DMs, usually in emails. I think this is probably the first or second time I've ever been publicly asked this. Usually it's in an email, usually it's in a DM, and then they want to ask me why. They're not happy that I say no, basically. It's very weird, but I don't want to seem like I'm hating on anybody. You like what you like. You like mustard? Cool, bro. I like ketchup. You know what I mean? Hello, Weebaloo. How you doing? But didn't really want to start it off with a question like this. All right, let's see if we can get a fun one with the good answer instead of just a big no. What other kinds of voice acting have you... Oh, hold on. From Victorious13. What other kinds of voice acting have you done? Have you narrated any books? Also, congratulations. You have your boundaries, and I respect that. Some people don't, Laura. Some people don't. So this person asked, have I narrated any books? Well, we found a person who's not signed up for my Patreon. Patreon.com/SanguineVA. Shameless plug. So I've done a lot of voice work, actually. Most of it's not public. On YouTube, I've done mostly roleplay. I have done some freeform stuff. I have done some, like, reading, affirmations, stuff like that. But on my Patreon, I've done the book readings and other forms of non-narrative based or other stuff that is non-narrative based. But in private, because people used to commission me, I used to offer commissions. I've read poems. I've done voice acting for web comics and like videos and stuff. I've done a lot of stuff. I want to voice act in like a video game. That's what I want to do. I want to have a part in like a video game, but not like the major part, not the hero. I want to be like zombie number 12 or random distressed NPC number 6, where it's just a guy in the background just being like, I'd love to do something like that just for fun, man. Just have fun, So that's why there are a ton of other books on the shelf. This is true. This is true. Book readings are fabulous. Get 2 Patreon dear hearts. Yeah, I read Dracula. I read Sherlock Holmes. There was another one I read. Oh, Telltale Heart for Valentine's Day. Because I know there's people who get upset when Valentine's Day comes around. You want to be the My Leg guy in SpongeBob. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I want to do. My leg. Just some guy in the background. I don't want some big famous. I want to be the hero. I just want to have fun, man. You know what I mean? Or one I've always wanted to do is be like an old wizard. You know, like, oh, the doom scroll. You know, like a just old wizard or whatever. So seeing you in a game would be awesome. Is there anything that YouTube has taught you, whether it's helped to improve your videos or your everyday working life? YouTube's taught me a lot. But more specifically with voice acting and stuff. YouTube's taught me how to present my stuff to people, right? So if I send them my voice, how do you send it? What type of file? Do you include dead space? Do you include, hello, my name is Sigwin, this is my audition, I would like to congratulate Matt Mercer on getting the part? Like, do you include that in? You know, so YouTube's taught me how to be professional. Even though, you know, we're all just guys in our room having fun, I think having a sense of professionalism helps kind of set you above everyone else. You know what I mean? And that's what it's taught me. It's taught me how to be professional with sharing my stuff. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I've done other stuff. The only thing I haven't done is TV shows and video games. So those are the only two things I haven't done. So, you know, but I've done pretty much everything else. And it's either been commissioned, someone asking me to do it, or doing it myself. You know, being like, hey, I want to try this. You know, like I did boyfriend, your boyfriend who's an astronaut is floating in space with no chance of being saved. This is his last recording. Like, I've done stuff like that. You know, get that voice of yours in a game, that would be incredible. I've tried. I've applied to many video games, but I think I just get lost in the sauce. Not saying I'm good enough to get the part, but you apply to a video game and thousands of other people are applying too. Like, it just becomes a numbers game that if you're not at the top of the list, they probably won't get to you. You know what I mean? Hello, cat. That one made me cry. You know, sometimes I like to do the sad stuff too. You know? I like to do the sad stuff too. Okay. Let's go. Let's do it. Take a sip of coffee while this is spinning. Astronaut one was a real tearjerker. That's what I was going for. Philocally Advocate said, congratulations. Is there a question you get a lot, but which is really annoying, boring, or upsetting for you? Besides the question, where is video X? This is a question I was talking about the other questions. The M for M, it's not that it's annoying or boring or anything. I just get it repetitively. So I'll give you a rundown of all the questions I get constantly. Part 2, that's a meme in the ASMR community. Part 2, no, hey, thanks for the video. No, you know, hey, really appreciate, this one part. Hey, at 3 minutes and 45 seconds, the way you said that, like, just straight up, just part 2. You know what I mean? That's probably the number one. Part 2. Here's the kicker, though. Here's the question. It's not really a question. Sometimes it is a question. But this is the one that really gets the hair on all VA's necks standing up on end. The question is, you stole this script from X VA. And then they proceed to rip into you and be like, you're not as good as them. Blah, blah, blah. Most people never click the description. You know, granted, I know there's some VAs within the community that steal scripts. If they don't say where they got the script, chances are it's probably stolen. But most good VAs will write in the description, hey, I got this script from this person, or I got it on this website, or whatever. There are linking issues. We can't link. It's against YouTube's terms of service to link to a website that contains adult material. Technically, Reddit constitutes as a website that hosts adult material, so you can't link to Reddit on YouTube. Some people can, sometimes it works, but you'll get in big trouble for that. So most times people will just kind of mention the name, you know what I mean, of the script writer, because it's kind of understood that it's probably Pillow Talk, it's probably ASMR Script Haven, it's probably an open forum website that people get their scripts from. But a lot of people don't ever even click on the description. So what it is it's people who consume enough content, it's people who consume enough ASMR videos that they recognize a script between two artists. They go, wait a second, I've heard this script before. So they consume enough content to realize a script is identical, but they don't have the, I don't know what the word would be for it, but they don't have the gusto to tap the description button. You know what I mean? They just click play and they go, great, cool video, and then they just close the video out. Thank you for the follow, Midlight Phoenix, and also a Weeb if I didn't call that one out. So it's kind of weird, isn't it? They can recognize the scripts, but they'll never click on the description to see who the script is written by, and then go give thank you or go be like, or go support the scriptwriter, right? That's the one that upsets me and upsets a lot of people. Is the you stole this script. You know what I mean? And I've gotten it so many times, man. You know, and that's one of the reasons I started writing my own script. I was tired of it. I'd post a video and then get comments about you stole it from this person or that person, or you're just copying. And it's like, you consume so much of the content, but you're not a part of the community. How's this work? Part 2 and like, you know, are you going to continue this or like any of that stuff? Like, that's just good fun, right? You know what I mean? That's just people showing their appreciation for it. Part 2, you know, because VAs will laugh about that. The part 2 comment, you know what I mean? Part two, you know, it's like the mine from Nemo. That's just good fun, right? But the one is the people who never click the description. You know what I mean? That's like, dude, there's links in there. There's me talking about the story and how I felt about it. Like, there's a bunch of stuff in there, and people just never click it. You know what I mean? So people actually do that. You'd be surprised, dude. Imagine getting banned by me. I've banned people from my YouTube for the stuff they say. Imagine that. Imagine what it takes to get banned by Sanguine. You know what I mean? So, but that's the poopy question. I don't really care about anything else. Part 2, are you ever going to do this again? Getting a comment on a like year and a half old video being like, hey, can you continue this? Or another common one, which is kind of in the same vein, but not really, is when someone's like, hey, can you continue this series? And it's like, I didn't write that series, so not really. You know what I mean? Like, it's not up to me. I can't, you know, because I view that as kind of wrong to be like, well, a lot of people like the Yandere Naga, so I guess I'll just write my own part, even though it's not my story, it's not my IP. I view that as kind of messed up to do. You know, and I'm sure the script writers get their doors banged down all the time about, hey, can you continue? It's like they know how popular their stories are, but if they want to continue it, you know, and as I can say this as a script writer, because I've written, if you want to start a channel and upload a video every week, I've written a year's worth of content. As a script writer, sometimes I just don't want to. Sometimes I just don't have it in me to finish a story. You know, sometimes I'm plumb out of idea. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, the whole you stole this, which basically shows they never clicked the description, that's the annoying one. That's the upsetting one. So everything else, I appreciate. You know, minus the people talking smack. So I'll take a sip of coffee. VA work is one of my dreams. I love that someone as passionate as you is doing so well. I would assume everyone knows most scripts are shared in some way. You'd be wrong. I mean, I'd assume most people know, but there are a good chunk of people who don't know that they're script writers, that there's a whole community. You know what I mean? So that's just disrespectful to every VA. They don't read the description. People instantly tear into them on scripts. You'd be surprised when they read without reading. Yeah. I swear to God, checking the description would just be common sense. Nah. Is there a moment in your 2-year YouTubing life, another big congratulations, thank you, where you've looked back and felt the most proud of yourself and your work? I mean, there's a lot of moments where I'm just like, yeah, I did it. I would have to say the thing that I reflect on and I'm like, yeah, like the most like, yeah moment, I guess pride, right? There's actually 2 moments, and there's a reason for 2 moments, because they're kind of individual to themselves. I would have to say finishing the Loyal Butler series. That was the first series I set out to write. That was like right when I started feeling competent with my writing. And I tried a bunch of different emotions. You know what I mean? People were messaging me being like, I'm crying in the club right now. It's like, good. That's what I wanted. I wanted a good, sad story. You know what I mean? Sometimes the hero doesn't win, you know? And that's what I was going for. And I was able to achieve that result. I felt I was getting sad editing the gosh dang thing. You know what I mean? So for me, that was like, hey, I can write scripts. I can write a series. I can do this. You know what I mean? But that's more like ASMR script writing, stuff like that. As an overall YouTube thing, I would have to say Shocktober 2 announcement. That video is a culmination of my creativity, of my technical skills, of me engaging within parts of the YouTube ecosystem, because I did data moshing in that video, which I got inspired by from another video. And I watch my own videos, man. I watched the Shocktober announcement. I watched the Shocktober 2 announcement. I love those videos, man, because that's exactly, that's what I was hoping to achieve. You know what I mean? For me, being able to do something out of the ordinary and still achieve what I was going for makes me really happy. That like, hey, I can make stuff. And that's part of the whole like learning to be creative outside of the fine arts and being able to achieve my vision. You know what I mean? Or sometimes if you're in the Discord, I've made funny videos. You guys might have seen it where I took like the Humankind song and then added the coughing cat over it. I added rap music to the Farming Simulator trailer. Like I do goofy, funny little videos like that every now and then. Because I have an idea in my head and I want to pursue it. And the way I pursue it is through video editing. But those are the two times that I felt the most like I'm doing it, you know. I like it when a script is interpreted by multiple VAs because each one brings added value to that script through their own interpretation. Exactly. You know, I've read scripts and acted them completely different than probably what even the scriptwriter had intention. I've taken Yandere scripts and taken them from the what do you mean you don't like me, and I've taken that and turned them into like kind of creepy sadistic Yandere. You know what I mean? Because I can't do the anime protagonist stuttering. I just can't do it. So I play to my strengths, right? Everything has to come to an end, as sad as that is. That's true. Scripts aren't like fan fictions. They get put up for adoption. Indeed. A good story makes a reader want more, but appreciate what was given to them. Stories have to end eventually. That's always the toughest, man. Dude, I've done 5-part series, and people still want more. People still want more of Cruel Emperor. People still want more of, like, the dystopian Hypno. And it's like, granted, it's understandable. They're good stories to enjoy. But I'm one of those people that firmly believes in an ending and not just things going on forever. You know what I mean? And we live in a world where nothing ends. There's always a sequel. There's always a part 2. There's always a remake. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do my best to fight a losing battle and provide an end to everything I make. You know what I mean? The Loyal Butler's a great series too. Made me want to smack listener in the head. Yeah, I was going for something different. You know what I mean? Loyal Butler took me on a roller coaster of emotions. I loved it. Good. Those Shocktober videos were fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, I was inspired by Indie Mouse. He's an Australian YouTuber, super creative. I love his stuff. Shout out to him. Hope he hits 1 million. And he mixes like metal with like cool visions, and like I was like, I want to make something like this. You know what I mean? So give me closure. Exactly. So hello, Queen Cat. Entropy is inevitable. Well, some people might argue that. Having stories reach an ending for good makes them feel more special, unique, like a special moment that won't come back and has to be cherished. Exactly. That's how I feel. That's all you get. You know what I mean? Like the best example, Fast and Furious, right? The first movie to me is like top 3 favorite movies of all time. I love the Fast and Furious movie. It's so cheesy and bad and dorky, but God, it it runs at a blistering pace, and it's so entertaining to watch. And they went and made, 9 other movies? You know what I mean? But if you just kind of just take Fast and Furious for what it is and say, this is it, this is all I get, it does make it that much special, because that's all there is. You know what I mean? I feel that way with a lot of stuff. Like, that's all there is. It's just this. This is one of one. This is all there is. You know what I mean? And when you kind of continue things and you make copies of it and you replicate it, it starts to lose its value. You know what I mean? I feel like providing a resolution is really knowing your audience. I try to. You know what I mean? Granted, I've always wanted to do like a never-ending series, like part 56. Like, just for the meme, mostly. You know what I mean? How many Shrek spin-offs? How many spin-offs of everything do we have? You know what I mean? Granted, the one time I will accept a remake is a Silent Hill 2 remake, because they did a fantastic job. That's the only time I'll accept a remake. Everything else, no. You know? But resolution is good. It's not bad. It's okay to say goodbye to your favorite characters, because you can revisit them later. You know what I mean? That's what I do. I'll rewatch a movie after a few years. Dr. Spencer said, if I was a flavor of cake, one to represent your personality, not your favorite flavor, what flavor of cake would you be? Thank you for all you do, Sanguine. You help so many people every day. Happy anniversary. Thank you. Flavor of cake. Double chocolate. That's not because I like it, but I don't know. I view myself as I might come off as like very lighthearted and fun and stuff, but I know deep down I'm a very intense person when it comes to like brass tacks, and when it comes to me putting energy into something. I know that I'm very intense. I'm very passionate about what the things I'm passionate about. I'm very about it. You know, if I ever step up, I come correct. I take things seriously. You know what I mean? If they need to be taken seriously, I will always do so. You know what I mean? I know I'm a very intense person, and I have to kind of take it a little easy for people. Because sometimes I can kind of push people away, or kind of unsettle people, or just ruffle their feathers. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, no, you have to, like, you don't understand the severity of the situation. And maybe they don't, and that's fine. You know what I mean? But the reason I say double chocolate is because it's a lot of chocolate. You know what I mean? Yeah, very rich. It's like you take a bite and you're like, God dang, this is a lot of flavor. It's good, but you got to eat it slow, and you need maybe a sip of milk here and there. That's how I would say. So I usually dial myself back for people. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. You know, I have a way of going off the rails and putting a lot of effort and energy forward into things. You know, so that's fun. Why not? You know what I mean? It's not cool. I get it, man. It's cool to not care, but you know, we all turned 19 at one time, and now it's actually cool to care, right? So I understand what you mean. It's kind of like how Chihiro can never go to the spirit world again, having forgotten Haku, but feeling vestiges of her friend's strength. What story is that? I don't know what story that is. Chocolate fondant with the intense middle. Fondant? Isn't that like fake sugar stuff or whatever? I've never had fondant, but I've heard it tastes gross because it's just like pure sugar or whatever. You know what I mean? Do you create for yourself? By this, I mean you make things for you and not just YouTube. If so, is it challenging to find the balance between this, or is it easy? In watching you these past 2 years, you've always worked so hard. You put a lot of effort into what you do, and it shows. It's a balance, right? I could chase trends. I could focus on what gets clicks, what gets views. I've done it. You know what I mean? With my boyfriend era. You know, focusing on trying to get the most views, right? Because it's YouTube. That's most engagement, right? That's the overall, right? I have done that, but I would say it's like 51% for me. I'm not going to write a story. I'm not going to voice a script. I'm not going to do anything if I don't want to do it. And sometimes there are things that I want to do that do line up with what the audience wants, what the majority wants, right? Because it's always the majority. Sometimes I do want to do a Yandere Naga, and it's like just so happens that's what people want to listen to. Sometimes I do want to do a hypno. It's always for me. You know what I mean? If I'm sitting here just doing it for the views, I personally feel that I would get burnt out, and I would just learn to resent what I do. You know what I mean? So it's always for me. It's always because this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing with my day. This is what I'm doing with my energy. Why not do something that when I take a step back and look at it, I go, yeah, that's nice. I like that. You know what I mean? Like the dark elf thing. Dark elves traditionally are girls, right? You know, they're the purple girls. You know, male dark elf scripts are pretty rare, but I'm like, I don't care. I really like this script. I like the whole he lives underground and wants to see the stars. Like, I like this. It's got good prose. It's well written. I can really breathe life into this character. So I'm going to do it. And I've done stuff that flops, man. I've done stuff that no one listens to. You know what I mean? And that's okay. You know, because I want to do it. So it's a balance. You know, and I think it's a balance that benefits everyone. You guys get the videos and audios that you enjoy, and I get to do and create said videos and audios that I enjoy creating. Because like I said, if I was chasing trends, dude, I'd probably end up bowled in a rubber room with rats. You know what I mean? Like losing my mind, being like, oh, I'm following trends. I'm doing the milkman. I'm doing Silas. Why am I not? You know what I mean? Like, because that's all you're doing, right? Is you're trying to win the race, so to say. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a zero-sum game personally. So it's always been what I want to do. From the first audio to the one I just uploaded, it's always been what I want to do. Sometimes your guys' voice and opinion does weigh into what does happen. Like, I know you guys like vampires. I know you guys like hypno, so on and so forth. So I do keep that in mind. But I think it's very lucky that the things I like to do, the characters and stories I like to fill, are the stuff you guys enjoy well. So it's like, it's beneficial, right? It's a good little circle or whatever. You know what I mean? Different meaning chocolate fondant is pure chocolate in the middle. Fondant using the nasty sugar paste. Huh? You can make fondant with melted marshmallows and powdered sugar. The chemical stuff is from factories. Oh. Milkman, yeah, there was this Milkman Yandere meme going around. A lot of people did it, and of course they get millions of clicks from it. It's the equivalent of doing like a Fetty. It's the equivalent of doing like a Freddy audio or something. You'll notice it if you guys are if you get your thumb to the pulse. You'll notice that like a meme will ripple through the VA community, and people will do it and get like 1 million clicks, which is cool, great. I couldn't do it, man. Sitting there being like, what's next? You know, like, I couldn't do it, man. I'd drive myself crazy. You'd always been admirable for that. Working with what you want to work with rather than following the crowd. It's difficult to find uniqueness on YouTube these days, especially with you writing your own scripts. Truly refreshing. I try to. You know, I try to be me. I try to not let what other people do affect me. A good example of that is when I first started, I was under the pretense that I had to create sexual content to be successful. I thought I had to, because everyone else does, right? So if I want to find success, whatever form of that may be, I need to do that too. I need to do what everyone else is doing. And it was a moment of kind of moral judgment where I had to kind of sit with myself and be like, I don't want to do this. What am I willing to do for success or whatever, right? And I was like, nah, my boundaries, my morals, my standards are much more important than getting a couple views. You know what I mean? Those are my beliefs. I know it's different for everybody, blah blah blah, but for me, I wasn't comfortable doing that stuff. I'm a very private person. I don't kiss and tell. I hold that kind of stuff in very high regard. You know, call me old-fashioned, whatever. I don't care. I'm just not about that life. I don't mainline it. I'm not up front and center. I'm not living that life, whatever you want to say. And that was definitely a good example of that. Of, do I give what people want, and do I do what everyone else is doing, or do I focus on me and my beliefs and what I want, right? And that's probably the best case example of that. Of, is it what I want to create, or is it what people will click on? You know what I mean? So, hold on, there we go. But yeah, I try to be unique. I know for some people having the safe for work creator is important. You know what I mean? I also think about the long term, right? Talking about sexual audios and stuff. If I want to go work for a big company, if I want to go work for a video game, I want the best chance possible. And I feel like doing sexual audios might not give me the best chance. And I know there's people out there who are huge creators and they've done everything, and they also do everything else on Orange YouTube and stuff. It's like, cool, but I just don't want to risk it, man. You know what I mean? If being a good Christian Minecraft YouTuber is what gets me the role in Baldur's Gate 4, then so be it. You know what I mean? Because I feel much happier at the end of the night knowing I did what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? So, next question. Happiness and dinner piece 2647. Happy anniversary. Thank you. What's your favorite book? Favorite book of all time. That's a toughie. There's a lot of good books in the world. I'd have to say Hannibal by Thomas Harris. Of course, granted, it's been a while since I read those books. I'm not some killer. Don't look into it too much. You should know me by now. I appreciate good stuff. Thomas Harris came up with super interesting characters and storylines, and I learned a lot about Florence, Italy. I learned a lot about art. I learned a lot about a lot of interesting stuff I never would have learned about if I never read those books. Granted, it's an older book, so it's written in older ways and terms, of course, that might not fly nowadays. But, if I had to pick any out of all the books that bubbled to the surface, I remember that one being the most fun, the most enjoyable to read. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it'd have to be Hannibal. Some close contenders would be Tribes by Sebastian Junger. He's an anthropologist. It kind of explores the tribalistic human nature of society and how that affects us and all that stuff. Or the first Witcher book. That one's good too. There's a lot of books out there. So it's always, when it ever comes to like a favorite, a number one, it's like, I like different things for different reasons, And also, I'm a person of novelty. Sometimes I like chocolate. Sometimes I like rainbow sherbet. You know what I mean? So, I do love the tongue-in-cheek double entendres you sprinkle into it. Exactly. A way I would put it is salacious. You know what I mean? A little bit flirty, right? Because here's the other thing is, like, if I want to remain in YouTube's good spirits, I need to do good YouTube videos, right? Getting limited, getting demonetized is a good way for YouTube to just kick you out and be like, get out of here. You know what I mean? It's like, it's their rules, man. You can't go into someone's house and then get upset about why they're complaining about you tracking mud all over their floor because you didn't take your shoes off. Like, you can't get mad at that. So I follow their rules and I do good, and they like all my videos, and I'm always in the top 10 search of YouTube for InfraF ASMR. I always have been. You know what I mean? YouTube likes me because I put good stuff up. You know what I mean? And that's why I do that, And then the being salacious, it's fun. It's like, oh, teehee. You know what I mean? It's harmless. You know what I mean? It doesn't give anybody false pretenses. They're not going to be like, oh, he's going to flirt with me if I go talk to him in Discord or something, right? You know what I mean? So, but, That's why I do it. You know, it's just for fun. It's like, why not? You know, it's our favorite thing anyways when we play video games and someone's like, oh, tee-hee, and they tease you a little bit. You're like, hey, that's good stuff. You know what I mean? And you can leave it at that. That's perfectly okay. Oh, I'm out of coffee. So let's, I'm going to get some Wawa. Let's run commercials real quick. And then I will see you guys in Tris Minutes. Kitsuna, real quick before I skip your question. Have you ever thought about doing a werewolf audio? Is that not your thing? Just asking out of curiosity. I have done a werewolf audio. But I'm going to assume that the werewolf audio you want me to make is different from the werewolf audios I have made. So in terms of your question, no. Never have, never will. Not my thing. Again, I like ketchup. Some people like mustard. You know, that's just the way that cookie crumbles. I've done werewolf in the sense of dark horror. You know what I mean? I've done werewolf in the sense of flesh ripping and blood screaming and dudes killing people. I've done that. I've done dark fantasy werewolf, absolutely. So, do I ask the questions in YouTube? Oh, it's a little late. But you can drop a question here in chat. Okay, commercial time. I will see you guys in 3 minutes. I'm going to go get some Wawa. And then we'll get back to it. Okay. I will, and don't worry, all your questions that you've been typing since then, I'll read those too, because I can scroll up. But, okay. I'll see you guys in 3 minutes. Okay. Okay. We are back, or we should be. I think, question mark? Oh, yeah. Where's my music? What the frick? There we go. Okay. Oh. Hello? Music? Oh, it's just super quiet. All right. Sorry about that. Oh, give Kiki snacks. Okay, never mind. Kiki. Want some snacks? Want some snacks, you little boob? Yeah? Want some treats? You little chunky? Yeah, that smells good, huh? Got the fish flavored. Yeah, got the fish flavored. Yeah. Get in there. Mess it up. Okay. Now we're back. All right. It's already been an hour. I gotta start burning through stuff. I mean, I guess we can make it a little longer today. It don't matter. All right. All right. Where's that werewolf question? Got that. All right. I love that everything is pretty much safe for work. I wish more creators would use Patreon for that instead of using it like a spicy paywall. No hate. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's why I do it. Patreon isn't the carrot on the stick. Patreon, for me, Patreon isn't the like, hey, I can't upload this to YouTube, even though I do kind of meme that a little bit. Patreon is a way to support me first and foremost, because without your guys' support, I can't continue to do this. You know what I mean? Because all of this takes so much time. It's a way to support me. It's a way to get extra stuff from me. There's benefits to it, like Discord, Minecraft server, you know, ad-free stuff. You know what I mean? It's not just, hey, if you like me even more. Oh, she's already done. That was quick. If you like me even more, you can get more of me. Like, it's not that at all. You know what I mean? So you sound very content with yourself and self-assured, strong with yourself, willing to hold your ideas despite what that may mean. What was your journey to the point? We'll get to that, Bunny. I gotta get caught up, but that's a very good question, and we'll get to that. Orange YouTube. Love all the description of Florence, but I want to go to Florence because of that book. You know what I mean? Uniquely skilled in creating complex characters. Like, dude, I still even understood. Like, I didn't feel like I understood the characters, even though I read the book. I checked YouTube and you released a video a minute ago. Indeed. I upload on YouTube Sundays at 12. You are musical. You've mentioned many different artists that you like to listen to or instruments that you've played. If you had the chance to make a one-hit wonder song of your own, what genre would you do, instrumental, or if you would you sing? Of course, it's hard to say I have a favorite. But I would have to say right now, because of stuff I'm listening to right now, it'd have to be a metal song, a la like Bad Omens, hardcore metal, really strong visuals, like Spirit Box kind of stuff, something like that. You know what I mean? If I had to be a one-hit wonder, so. Okay, you guys talking about the commercials. Possible weird question. Have you ever had a weird, creepy fan or someone creating a parasocial relationship? I think I've only had that a few times with, trying to think. Because usually I block that stuff out of my memory, right? I've had people try to grow close to me. You know what I mean? It's okay to hang out. It's okay to play Roblox with me. It's okay to treat me in the same way you would treat someone you bumped into on the internet. You know what I mean? But I'm a creator first and foremost. I have my own life, even though a majority of my life is YouTube. I have my own life. I have my own privacy. I have certain things I will never share with people who come from YouTube. But that doesn't mean that I can't treat you like a normal person and vice versa. Because that's why I'm so candid. That's why I do stuff like this, right? To be candid with you. You know, there's people out there who have never even posted, never even liked a comment, nothing. And they post videos and they have a whole persona and a whole brand identity and they don't say a lick of word on the internet, right? And I believe in being open and transparent with your audience. And that's why I do it. So you can get an understanding of me as a person. You can also understand my boundaries as a person. But I've had my fair share of people getting close. And I don't want to name names or out any people or betray anybody's trust. That's why I never like post messages on the internet being like, please don't, trust me, I've gotten tons of emails, DMs, all that stuff. But I have had people who maybe come into it with false pretenses, thinking that I'll be the character in the video. I'll flirt with them. People projecting onto me. Like, it comes with the territory. I have almost 5 million views. One of them is gonna have some non-respectful perspective about me, right? So it's normal. It comes with the territory. That's also a big reason why I stopped doing the boyfriend stuff, is because it came with the territory, especially with that, you know. I'm not a VA artist, but once I joined a voice chat and everyone started being weird when they heard me, so I can only imagine what he's dealt with. Well, here's the thing, is this is like my normal speaking voice. This isn't my ASMR voice. That's why there's a space between me and VA in my name. Because there's me and then there's VA. So I can do the ASMR voice. I can do that at any time, right? But this is me just talking. So I don't really have to worry about that. I don't have the voice that everybody's like, oh my God. You know what I mean? Because this is the normal voice. So people, they love my YouTube videos and they're like, oh, he's live. Let me go check him out. And then they tune into me going, oh my God, I'm getting shot. And they're like, what is this? Ew. And then they click off. You know what I mean? So I don't really have to worry about that too much. So, okay, let's see. Kiki, everyone's talking about Kiki. Fish flavored. She looked at us. Yoshikaga Kira, huh? So wait, one question. What got you into streaming? I gotta go in 1 minute, so yeah, hope you answer. Oh, too late, buddy. Got me into streaming. I do streaming because I feel that that's one of the things you should do. You know what I mean? As a content creator. It's like it just comes with the territory. So it's a fun Patreon channel. I enjoy the behind the scene exhibits. Exactly. And there's other stuff too. You know what I mean? How long do VODs stay up? I used to upload them on my VOD channel on YouTube. No one watched them, so I don't upload them anymore. So VODs only stay up for about a week. This one I will save and export, but when I'm playing Minecraft or Roblox, meh. You know what I mean? No one watches them anyway, so. I make a compilation of baby talking to Kiki. Very nice. That's true. What are the things coming from the community that made you feel encouraged, validated, proud, warm your heart? People being helpful. I went into this knowing nothing. Not knowing how to upload to YouTube. Not knowing how to make a thumbnail. Not knowing how to video edit. Nothing, right? And I had a few people, just a couple, teach me and show me how to do stuff. And how to do it correctly. Not like game stuff or like, oh, if you do this, you'll get more clicks. Nothing like that, but just how to do this, right? Those are the best things for me, is the people who are willing to take the time out of their day to teach you something. Because there are a lot of people within the VA community who have no idea what's going on or how to do anything. And nobody teaches anything. Nobody shares. Nobody shares how to edit. Nobody shares how to upload. Nobody shares their mic settings. Nobody shares any of that. You know what I mean? And I used to always make it a point to share. You know, and if anybody was like, hey, how do I do this? You know, you can go on my Reddit and you can look and be like, dang, this dude answers questions. You know what I mean? You know, I always shared what I did, and I always shared how I got to where I am, and, you know, what I used to. You know, and I take the time out of my day to explain how YouTube works, how the algorithm works, how video editing works, how microphone recordings work. You know what I mean? So that always made me happy, was when someone returned that favor. You know what I mean? Let's see. Got like 30 of these to burn through. I mean, like I said, we can make it a little longer. I guess it don't matter. Geo gamer artist vlogger. Oh, you're a lot of things. Congrats on 2 years. I suppose my question would be, what is your favorite genre, theme, topic to voice, i.e. yandere, hypnosis, comfort, etc.? What the favorites, man? I can't have a number one. I like different things for different reasons, you know. My favorite though would probably be very clearly hypnosis. I mean, frick, hypnosis makes up like a third of my content probably. Hypnosis, because I don't know, it's interesting and different and all that stuff. You know what I mean? My other favorite, which is always hard to pull off, and I've been chasing this dragon for a very long time, is the King. I love King videos. My favorite King series I ever done was the Hidden Romance. I did like a year ago. I love doing King characters because it's always like, shh, you know, and the maid's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, shh, you know. And then it's always super flowery, and it's like, oh, as the sun sets, my heart, you know, it's always stuff like that. And it's just, I don't know. I just don't really know why, you know, but I enjoy that kind of stuff. So I'd say I have to, like, hypnosis and like super flowery romantic King stuff. You know what I mean? Are probably my favorite genres and themes to do, you know. If you could open a door to the past and go there with knowledge you have now, would you tweak anything from the very start of your YouTube career? Nope. It took me a little bit to kind of get up and running, but I mean, I hit 1,000 subscribers in 4 days, so changing anything wouldn't have. I mean, it would have made it happen in 2 days instead of 4 days. You know what I mean? So it's like I hit 10,000 subscribers in a year. Like, don't really want that. I'm pretty happy with the speed and success and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And to resent anything in the past would be to not appreciate where I am now, right? If I'm like, oh, I regret doing this, it means you don't like where you are now, right? So, Do you have to get in a certain mindset when you record your hypnosis audios? Not so much a certain mindset, but I have a certain breathing pattern that I do when I record hypnosis. That's very difficult to manage. So I kind of have to be ready to record hypno because it takes there's a lot of breathing involved with hypno for me. And I'm not talking about the like breathe in, breathe out stuff. It's that every single line I do when I do hypno takes a full breath. Just because it's all diaphragm. You know what I mean? Like all the voice manipulation happens with my diaphragm, not with my throat. In comparison to my normal audios. So I kind of have to prepare for that, not character-wise, you know what I mean? But more so, like, all right, I got to sit here for 20, 30 minutes and dang near hyperventilate, you know what I mean? So, hello, Ace. I guess we can flip-flop between question here, question there, you know what I mean? Diaphragm must be jacked. I used to play the French horn. So I guess maybe that helped a little bit. Clocateer 39. How do you get most of your ideas and or scripts for your projects? Or what's the type of story or character that you wouldn't enjoy recording? It used to be ASMR Script Haven exclusively. Great place to go talk to other creators and share ideas and all that stuff. That's where I used to get scripts. Now I write my own. As for ideas, for me, it's kind of like a cup. Like I have a creative cup that's full of creative juice. And as I write scripts and as I come up with stuff, I use that juice. And then I run out and I need to go consume other content. I need to go watch YouTube videos. I need to play games. I need to read things and kind of refill that cup. So I have ideas and characters I want to pursue. So it's weird. It feels like this kind of balance of like, you know, he's run out of ideas and a mixture of like consuming enough content out in the world that I'm like inspired to do something. So it's always that balance of, all right, I feel like I can't come up with a good idea, so I probably should go watch a movie or a TV show or something, you know what I mean? So and then what's the type of story or character that you wouldn't enjoy recording? A mean character. Yandere for me is kind of toeing the line because I think it's more memey than anything. But like a struggle for me, morally and ethically, was the Cruel Emperor series. People loved me being mean to them. People loved me. No, I don't want to restart right now, Windows. People loved me treating them like garbage. They wanted more and more, and I was like, it only got worse. That series only got worse, and people wanted that, and it's like, what am I doing here? Am I filling a good story? Am I providing a good character and experience? Or am I just feeding into people's negative normals? You know what I mean? My normal is people treat me with respect and people are nice to me. Some people's normals is people treat them badly, and I enforcing that. Good example of that, my #1 video, Cold Jock. People loved me being mean to them. And I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like being mean to people. And I don't like enforcing those behaviors. You know what I mean? So I typically try to do characters that are nice or have a redemption, like the prison warden, shout out Patreon. Like the prison warden where he's like, oh, haha, I'm mean. But then actually he's not a mean person. He just does his job really well. But he actually doesn't do his job really well. He's very strong in his morals and beliefs. You know what I mean? So he's this complex character, right? You know? But, yeah, usually mean characters, you know. I try to avoid those, so. To be honest, when I first found you, Sanguine, it was hypnosis videos. They're so different from other creators, makes you unique. Thank you. There's one creator who I will never name, who was a big inspiration for how I do hypnosis. And they've been a great guidance for me on, not that they taught me how to do hypnosis. I've done this all. I've never read anything. None of that. But they were a great inspiration for how I do my videos currently. So I remember that series, The King and His Love interest gaslit the hell out of the nobles in the court. Yeah, the super old one where he had to get like the house and everything. Well, you are just that good, to be fair. You're very talented and good at what you do. Thank you. And an ex who went to hypnosis therapy, he said it really helped with his mental issues. Has hypnosis done something like that for you? Absolutely. Absolutely. Is there a go-to snack when you edit your videos, or comfort snack? Not really. I don't really eat at my computer. You know, I don't really have a thing of food in front of me. I'm not a big snack person, because that's kind of how you get unhealthy, right? But and then you get it all over your keyboard, and dude, I got expensive stuff, man. I don't want Cheeto dust over any of this stuff. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean I don't eat a bag of Cheetos, but typically when I'm working, you know, when I'm editing and stuff, I'm not eating. I'm focused on working and everything. So let's do another one. I wish it was like different colored, but I guess it used the picture I gave it, huh? What is your favorite ice? Yesaya 1680. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? And if you had to choose from only these three: strawberry, vanilla, or chocolate. My favorite ice cream flavor is rainbow sherbet. I know. But my favorite ice cream is rainbow sherbet, you know. And not like the sorbet sherbet, like the straight up just junk sugar, frozen sugar ice cream sherbet. I don't know, just like it. I used to like Rocky Road as a kid, but then I started liking rainbow sherbet, and that's probably my favorite. And then out of strawberry, vanilla, or chocolate, I have to say chocolate. But I'm not a big sweets person. You know what I mean? I'll take a little bit of something and that's it. So like just a scoop of chocolate, probably. You know what I mean? Not a whole lot. Let's see. Cruel Emperor made me feel like I was being bullied. I mean, that's what it was, right? People are mean enough IRL. Exactly, Lou. That's a big reason why I focus on making like good and nice audios. Is like there's enough bad and negativity out there in the world, man. Let's just for like 10-15 minutes have some good. You know what I mean? You built your computer. Still very cool. I wish I could do that. Did you just wake up one day and just decide to spend time to build it? I understand it took a while. Have you or would you build anything else similar or in that general area? So I've been into computers for years. And actually the computer, the purchase was a spur of the moment. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get a computer. Absolutely. The purchase was a spur of the moment, but planning it, getting the pieces picked out, it's a very long process. But yeah, that's a very interesting question because I do want to get into tech stuff. There's this one channel who's kind of new to the YouTube game, Bringus Studios. He's this dude and he messes with computers and technology and he's super entertaining and it's great to watch. And I watch him and I'm like, dude, A, I used to do stuff like that. And B, I love doing so. I love tech. I love messing with it. I love seeing what I can do with it. My hope one day is to get like a 3D printer and be able to mess around with technology and do weird, crazy things. I used to build drones, like racing drones. I used to build those. I do a lot of repair work. I repaired my PSP. I built full body tracking for VR. Like I do a lot of like techie computer stuff. It's just I'm very limited, right? You either spend the money to buy all the parts or you basically need a 3D printer. But I'd love to share that, man. I'd love to get a camera and be like, okay, so today I'm making this. Or, you know, like I saw someone make the C4 package from CSGO and it like beeped and you pressed in the buttons and everything. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. And I'd love to do something like that. I'd love to make a little project. One thing I've always wanted for years, I've always wanted a tiny little TV, like one you can hold in the palm of your hand, a tiny little TV that you can sit on your desk and it just plays like old 70s, 80s kung fu movies on like repeat, just silently right there. And it just, you can just glance down and be like, oh, haha, you got punched in the face or whatever. Like, I don't know why. That's just something I've always wanted. You know what I mean? So, but I don't know. I've always had an interest in tech. I love VR. Like VR is probably my favorite. I got a Quest and a Vive Pro literally sitting right next to me, you know. But yeah, I've reshelled my PSP. I'm gonna reshell my PS2. You know what I mean? Like, I do a lot of stuff like that, you know. I just don't share about it. Maybe I should. I don't know. That requires a camera and good ideas. I actually do have a list of ideas that I hope to get around doing one day. Sarah 98988. What's your favorite audio that you've posted? And congrats, Sanguine. Thank you. I put the little smiling kitty. Cute. My favorite audio. My number one audio. Favorite. My favorite of all time. That's a toughie. At least in recent memory, I'd have to say the Yandere Photographer. For a lot of reasons. But I liked that one because it was a result of you guys being like, you should do this. And I'm like, actually, that's a really good idea. Because for the ones who don't know, I'm into like photography and stuff. And I was like, that's actually a good idea. And I wrote it and people liked it. And yeah, you know what I mean? So that's probably my most favorite one. Because I've always struggled with the yandere trope. And I feel like I did it pretty good in that one. And it was from you guys. You guys gave me that suggestion. Hello, Freya. You know, you guys gave me that suggestion. So, hello, Danny. But you know, I'd probably in recent memory, just pulling from the like 500 plus ones I've made. You know what I mean? Basically, how Penn Bagley reacts to people fetishizing Joe Goldberg from the horror series. Huh? Cheeto dust is for face, hands on white t-shirts only. Yeah. Well, I eat hot Cheetos, so that's actually sick. Do you realize how cool you are, sincerely, right? Maybe. I also work on cars. I drive a BMW E46, if that adds to the coolness. Technique projects. Oh, I already read that. Please excuse my poor English tonight. You're fine, Dragon. We've been over this. What's your favorite style of photography? I don't really have a favorite style. I don't know what you'd call it. There's this one channel called Gen Ace. And if I made a channel about photography, I would emulate his channel. I showed you guys in the Discord one of his videos. But I love like super punchy, visually striking photos. Like it can be of people, it can be of landscapes, it can be of architecture, but just visually punchy, super contrasty. The colors have been cranked way crazy. There's a bunch of grain. I don't know, just really like in the moment. Like this picture was captured in this moment. It's not a presentational. It's not a, hey, look, I'm presenting you with this. This was a moment in time. And it's super contrasty and the colorways are crazy. Those are my favorite kind of photos. Whatever those are called, that's what I like. So, okay. Uh-oh. D Little 7983. Congratulations, Synchron. Thank you. Congratulations to you too. Okay. I think we're starting to burn through. Can you guys tell the coffee's kicking in? You can't just come in here and meow at me. Congratulations on the 2 years. Yay. Thank you, Goji Garu. Thank you. Some people don't leave questions. I love how you answer questions by sharing and boosting others. Those channels you mentioned are lucky to have the support. Well, hey, I'm not scared to shout people out. Morgan Stout-LZ9PJ. Woo! Congrats on 2 whole years. Literally so sad that I'm going to miss stream, but I'll drop a question anyways. What's your favorite kind of audio to make? And what's your favorite kind to listen to? Well, but we all know that, right? Hypnosis. Hypnosis with an engaging character is probably my favorite. And to listen to, about the same. About the same, you know? You've had a few different jobs. If you could try something other than audio, what would it be? Filmmaking. Filmmaking, cinematography. I would love to have a reason to have a camera and film stuff and make it look cool. I've wanted to do that for years. As long as I've wanted to be a YouTuber, I've wanted to be into like cinematography and stuff. I hope one day everything works out good enough that not only do I have a need, but I also have the ability to purchase my dream camera and start filming stuff. You know what I mean? But that's the dream, right? Yeah. But I would totally do something with film and video and cameras and all that stuff. I love that stuff. You know. Sweet Yukibo said, "What's your deli sandwich order?" Oh, I think there's this sandwich that I love. I don't quite know the name of it, and I actually have a good story about this. I used to go to this sandwich place. I think it was a pastrami, and it was just the sauciest, meatiest, cheesiest, just good sandwich. Making my mouth water thinking about it. And I think it's a pastrami, a hot pastrami. I think it is a hot pastrami. I think that's what it's called. And I remember I stopped at this sandwich shop, and I thought about the sandwich. I had flashbacks to it, and I was like, you know what? I wonder if I can go in the sandwich shop and they can help me figure out what sandwich I was having. And I guess the owner of the shop, she was super nice. She actually like grabbed her iPad and started Googling the place and was looking at their menu, trying to figure out, because I didn't know what it was called. And she ended up making me like a free sandwich on top of the one I ordered. She was super nice. And so it was a really cool experience. I was like, oh, cool. That was nice. So I think it's a hot pastrami. I'm pretty sure it's a hot pastrami. But you know me, I'm a fan of like greasy, soupy things, right? Yeah. Do you think you'll do YouTube forever? You start branching off into things like acting, performing, film, media, things like that. I'll probably do YouTube as long as I can. Even though with YouTube, it's all you, right? It's not, you don't have to just walk into a booth and be like, what's my lines today? And then you read your lines and then you're like, thanks for the $1 million. And they're like, okay, bye, Matt Mercer. You know, like it's not like that. With YouTube, you're responsible for everything, which is good and bad. But with that means I can do anything I want, right? So it's like, why would I go work for a company? Why would I go be locked into someone else's creative idea, even if I did enjoy it, when I can do YouTube and do whatever I want? You know what I mean? So I'll do YouTube as long as I can, and I plan on doing other stuff. I plan on launching other channels. I'm just trying to get my spirit back. Winter and all the stress I've been dealing with has really taken the wind out of my sails. I want to launch other channels with completely different content. I hope to get a camera one day and start filming stuff. There's stuff I want to do with like 3D printing and everything. There's just a bunch of stuff I want to do that I'm planning to do. I just don't have the energy right now to do them. You know what I mean? But it doesn't mean I'm not going to go, you know, if someone's like, hey, do you want to voice in my video game? Or do you want to do this? Like, doesn't mean I'm not going to do it, but as my mainstay, like YouTube, I think it will be forever. You know? What country would you love to visit? Japan. I'm planning on visiting Japan. So I'm going to visit the UK first. I just got my passport a couple months ago. I'm going to visit the UK first, and then after that, I'm going to visit Japan. And I'm kind of hoping when I go to Japan, wouldn't it be cool? Have a little sanguine vlog. Be like, hey guys, today I'm eating sushi. You know, hey guys, today I'm visiting this. You know, that'd be kind of cool. Even if I don't share it for myself, you know what I mean? I think that'd be cool to do. You know, but I mean, how many freaking dudes go to Japan and get a yukata and then make that their profile picture? You know what I mean? Annie T. 4611, congratulations. I'm really happy I discovered your channel because your acting is superb and your voice is the most soothing ever. Question: what is the hardest thing about making ASMR / roleplay audios? And what is the most fulfilling thing about it for you? E.g., helping people fall asleep, or growing as an actor, or being creative with writing your scripts, etc. Hardest thing. It's a toss up between coming up with ideas and editing. Editing takes so long. I have to cut the audio. I have to tune the audio. I have to add sound effects. I have to do subtitles. It's multiple passes over the same audio that takes hours and hours to do. I'll spend one day editing an audio. It's just very time consuming. It takes a lot of energy because I'm just sitting there staring at the computer. You guys know the gif of the guy sweating while he's sitting at the computer with the yellow background? That's me. That's me for like 8 hours. Like, it's tough, man. What is the most fulfilling thing about it? The most fulfilling thing about it is helping people. About helping you guys, you know. Because it helped me, you know. And like I said, harken back to that question earlier, I listened to ASMR for years because it helped me. It helped bring peace to my life. It helped me fall asleep. It helped me enjoy great stories and characters. And because of that, and now that I've been given this opportunity to be on the other side of the fence, I return the favor. That's why I'm so focused on you guys. I'm not focused on views. I'm not focused on being number one. I'm not focused on anything else. I'm focused on the community. I'm focused on you guys. I'm focused on making stuff for you. You know what I mean? Because that's what ASMR was for me. You know what I mean? Was stumbling on that video and being like, why do I like this? Why is this awesome? Why does this make me feel okay? You know? And so that's what it is for me. You know what I mean? And I know getting better at this, getting better at voice acting, will just come with the territory. It'll just come in time. You know, so there's no reason to stress that. Getting better at script writing, getting better at coming up with ideas. Those will all just come. Those will all just happen, right? The main focus and the purpose is helping people, you know, whether it be sleep, whether it feel okay, whether it feel okay about themselves, you know, because I make like affirmation stuff, I make stuff for anxiety, I make everything, right? It's always the people, you know, that's why I do it. You know, it feels nice, especially in the world we live in nowadays. It feels nice to know I'm doing good and I'm putting good out into the world for people to enjoy. I could do anything, right? I can make rage bait. I could sit there and leave nasty comments on people's profiles and get banned all the time. I could just be a horrendous person. I could go beat people up, right? Plenty of people do that. Why would I do that? You know what I mean? Like, I think it's a lot harder to be nice and good to people than it is. And I think it's a lot easier to just be mean, right? It's a lot easier to be negative. It's a lot easier to share and put your negativity out there in the world on other people. And I think it takes effort to be good and helpful and positive for people. You know what I mean? Like, I'll talk to you guys and you guys are like, man, I'm depressed. My dog freaking pooped on the carpet and I just haven't been having a good year and just, you know, and it's like, damn, that tough, huh? You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, who will watch the watchers? Like, I'd be positive for you guys. Who's positive for me? You guys ever think about that one? You know, Laura with 200 bits. What? Let me get a little more confetti up here. Oh my god. Thank you. But you know what I mean? Like, if you can be anything you want, right? Why not be kind? You know? Eating fish and chips. Oh, I could vlog. Nah, maybe not. But I could vlog. I do want to try fish and chips, though. It seems yummy, you know. Are you planning on visiting historical places in the UK or just some British weather? I'm just going to explore. I'm not one for tourists. I'm not one for, you know, going. I don't like going where everyone goes. I don't like, you know, I'm a bit of a hipster. I'm a bit of a cool guy. Elsa with the 200 bits. What? You guys are crazy. Thank you for the support. I mean it. Okay? I mean it. You know? You guys are awesome. Thank you. But, I don't know. I'm not a touristy kind of guy. I like being lost in what's going on, right? So when I plan on going to Japan or the UK, I want to, even though as mundane as this may be, I want to go to Tesco's, get a meal deal. And you're like, what? You could go see the London Tower. You can go ride the London Eye. You can go see the London Castle. You can go see the London this, or they name everything London in London. You can go do whatever you want, and you want to go to Tesco's, get a meal deal, and you're like, you're dang right. I came for the country. I came for the culture. I came for the people. I want to be immersed in it. I don't want some artificial spoon-fed experience. I want the normal, what everyone else is doing. You know what I mean? Bent, what are you doing? Another 2 community subs. You're crazy. You're crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hope Flockily and Danny enjoy that. Now they get to use emotes. But yeah, I don't know. Like when I go to Japan, I just want to walk around, man. I just want to explore. I just want to see what it's like to be there. I don't want to go to Nara. I don't want to go to what's the touristy place west of Tokyo? I don't want to do that stuff, man. Everybody does it. I've seen tons of pictures. It's not as great as you think it is. All those touristy places are way... I'll let you guys know right now. All the touristy places, Nara and Kyoto and all those places, way too many tourists, bro. It's like blown out. Like you can't even get around. You know what I mean? Go to Sendai. Go south. Go anywhere else except the places you've heard about. And trust me, you'll probably find some cool stuff. And that applies to anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I can go to Hollywood. You could. But what happens if you go somewhere else? What could you find? You know what I mean? So, Bent Nibs. Wait a minute. Bent Nibs. What are tropes that you enjoy in fantasy stories? Dark fantasy is my jam. I love me some dark fantasy. Like Witcher, Magic the Gathering, stuff like that. Dark fantasy, you know. Or maybe the hero might not win. That's definitely cool to me. No offense, I'm not a fan of the whimsical skipping through the forest stuff. Not to yuck anybody's yum, but I just like the dark stuff, the gritty stuff. You know what I mean? The walking through the muddy marsh while it's foggy, and you're carrying a leather satchel that this grizzled old wizard in a mud hut gave you. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. You know. Fish and chips got to be on the coast. In Devon, you can wash it down with clotted cream ice cream. Clotted cream. Fish and chips by a seaside town is best that I can agree on. Ooh. You got to visit a proper seaside town in the UK, like Blackpool. Best when it's slightly cold and you're eating ice cream and fish and donuts. That sounds depressing. My Japan wish list is mainly trains. Ooh. Thank you for the question, Bent. Or like bent out of shape, am I right? Clotted cream was the best thing I had experienced in the UK. Oh, Lou, what are you doing? More confetti. Even more confetti. Give me all the confetti. Oh, did you guys know? I know this is kind of awkward, but I feel like I should say something. So you know, Twitch takes half of everything, right? Twitch doesn't take half of bits. You know what I mean? So if you're like, I really want to give the Sanguine, but I don't want Twitch to take it. They don't take the bits. I learned that the other day. You know what I mean? Which is kind of cool, I guess, because Twitch takes 50%, right? Which sucks, you know. Okay. White Ravens Art 978. A lot of 9s and a lot of 8s. What's your favorite kind of music or band? So I like all music, and I know. When people say they like all music, they don't really mean it. I mean it, dude. I listen to pop, I listen to rap, I listen to R&B, I listen to metal, I listen to alt, I listen to just all of it. No, I don't listen to yodeling. No, I don't listen to gospel. You know what I mean? But I do generally listen to all music. But I kind of go through phases, right? So right now I'm kind of in like my metal, horrorcore, deep space, or deep trance era of music, right? So right now I'm listening to a lot of metal, a lot of Bad Omens. And I'm also listening to a lot of deep trance, stuff like Grum, stuff like Tin Liquor. I used to be a trance producer and DJ, if you guys didn't know. So yeah, I'd say it's a mixture. D&B for sure. Drum and bass is definitely up there with like my favorite kind of music. I can't listen to it too much because it makes me want to drive fast, and that's not very safe. But yeah, probably deep trance, drum and bass, and metal are probably my 3 favorite genres of music. You know what I mean? I want to go to Hello Kitty Bullet Train. Ooh, I'm just winging it. Oh, you're great. You're doing fine, Lou. I'm on a different part of the UK, but hey, I love British food a lot. Oh, very nice. I've never had any British food. I mean, granted, I eat beans on toast, but I eat like American beans on toast. So like baked beans on like toast, because that's like cowboy food. Lavinia_lav. Congratulations. If I remember correctly, you once said that you started ASMR to give something back to people after it helped get you through some tough times. My question is, how do you feel after 2 years of doing this? It's interesting, right? You know what I mean? It's like whenever you start something new and you have that honeymoon period, I guess maybe, where you're like, this is amazing. Oh my God, everything's new and wow, right? And then time goes by and you kind of see things for what they are, right? And what are you doing? And that's definitely how it was in the beginning. Where it's like, this is amazing. Oh my God, someone liked my video. Wow. You know, and it's like, I got a sub. Oh, you know. And all that like first time amazing stuff was very cool, right? And as time has progressed, I kind of realized that what I garner from YouTube and what YouTube means to me is a little different than what it was when I first started. I started YouTube out of spite. I'm sure you guys know some of that. Some of you guys know that story. I started out of spite. But I did do it to give back to people once I found my foothold. And after 2 years, I feel more developed as a person. When I first started, I was depressed. I was mad anxious. There was a lot of parts of me that I didn't like. And YouTube has helped me in a lot of different ways. YouTube has helped me become more disciplined. YouTube has helped me become more healthy. I quit smoking. I quit drinking alcohol. I'm eating the best I ever had in my life. I'm fit. I'm motivated. Just a lot of things I was never able to achieve. So YouTube has given me a lot just by proxy. Because it gets tough, man, when you're like, I gotta upload a video today. I gotta get it done. And you're like, I don't feel like it. I'm tired. I feel like poop. And you're like, that discipline and everything you've been doing to help yourself comes into play. You know what I mean? So after 2 years of doing YouTube, you know, it's definitely interesting. I mean, it still feels like day one. You know what I mean? You guys are stealing my boogers. You're welcome, Lavi. After 2 years, don't get me wrong. Like, it still feels amazing to give. It still that's the best feeling for me. So I post an audio or a video. Excuse me. I post an audio or a video, and I get a comment that says, "Thank you. This helps me sleep." Blah, 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 you know, whatever thing that it helps them with. That's for me still the best feeling in the world, right? Yeah, sure. It feels great when I post a video and it gets a bunch of views. That's cool. Yeah, it feels great when I post something on Patreon and a bunch of people sign up. Yeah, it feels great when a bunch of people dono or sub or give bits on Twitch. You know what I mean? Like all those things that are like, numerical signs of success. Those feel great too. But the thing that like truly gives me, and I talked about this in my BTS shout out Patreon. The thing that truly is fulfilling and gives me a purpose is knowing and seeing the repercussions that I put good in the world. You know what I mean? I'm not saving babies from burning buildings. I'm not researching cancer. Yeah, you know, maybe what I'm doing in the grand scheme of things on the moral scale is just a tiny drop in the bucket, but at least I'm doing good. You know what I mean? If you can come to Birmingham, you can visit the Balti Triangle. Birmingham, isn't that a level in Dark Souls? But I don't know. YouTube has given me something I never thought I would get, which is a purpose. I feel like this is what I want to do and should be doing. Giving, in the way that I can. Giving to people. I mean, we did a charity thing on Twitch. We raised $700 for charity. What? Excuse me? You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty awesome. Doing stuff like that, gives me hope and inspiring you guys too. When I see you guys be like, I'm gonna do this, or you know what, Sanguine, you've charmed me. I'm gonna try this, or I'm gonna do that. Seeing me inspire people in the same way I've been inspired by you guys and the community and everything. It's nice. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't trade it for anything, and I'm happy to be here. And I can't wait to see where I go, because it's only been 2 years. You know what I mean? It's only been 2 years. This is just the beginning. We're just getting into the meat of it, So I'm pretty excited. Out of all VAs, we pick you. Oh, Bent. You've helped me through my divorce, so thank you. You are very welcome, Danny. You're very welcome. You helped me through a dark time, Sanguine. You're welcome, Laura. That's why I do it. Because I know what it's like, man. I know what it's like. I don't do this stuff for views. I don't do it because it's a niche. I do it because I genuinely, truly know what it's like. You know what I mean? Imhoff in for life. I don't really have a question, but I love your videos. Also, congrats. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do. You definitely help with my anxiety and sleep. I honestly don't have enough words or bits to express my gratitude. It's fine, Elsa. Just being here and being vocal is the greatest thing you can do. Engaging and being like, thank you, and throwing a like. That's the best thing you can do. You know what I mean? You don't feel obligated to sign up for the Patreon. Don't feel obligated to donate or anything like that. Don't even feel obligated to message or comment. But that is the best thing you can do. It's just be like, thank you, or I appreciate this, or this audio was super awesome. I liked this part. Like, because then I know. You know what I mean? I don't know. I could post up a video and get 50K views or 100 or 1,000 million views, right? But if I don't get any comments that tell me why they liked it, that tell me what they liked about it, numbers? You know what I mean? So it's like your guys' word lets me know and helps me sharpen my skills and creative endeavors. It's a lot of the stuff I see at work makes it hard to sleep sometimes. I'm able to sleep utilizing your content, so I can get up and try to make the world a little better today than yesterday. Oh, Bent. That's so great. Alexia Ruger 9069. A lot of nines. Congrats. 2 years. Question. What is your favorite fantasy role model? I assume they're talking about a person and not like a character type, like rogue or wizard. Fantasy role model. I'd have to say like Geralt. You know what I mean? Like Geralt from The Witcher. He's a very interesting character. He's a very complex character. When you think he'll make a decision, he'll make a different decision. And one of the big reasons I appreciate him as a fantasy character is his moral compass. He's very steadfast in his morals, and as a person who's steadfast in their morals, I believe it's very important to stand in what you believe in, and even if it does mean nothing at the end of the day, believing in something is better than just giving up to the whims of the world, right? Like even if it's purposeless, even if it doesn't mean anything, even if I'm fighting a losing battle, at least I'm standing in my beliefs, and at least I can hang my hat up at the end of the day and rest well with an easy mind. You know what I mean? Because I'm not bothered by the decisions I make. So someone like Geralt, and he's cool, man. He's got the white hair. He's freaking running around, freaking fighting monsters and stuff. It's cool, because I love dark fantasy, fighting dragons and everything. But then at the same time, he deals with the complexity of human nature. And, like the Witcher 3 trailer, if I have to choose between evil, I'd rather not choose at all, which is like, oh, so you don't want to be a part? And it's like, no, he's not engaging with evil. So he's going to do whatever it takes to not engage with evil. You know what I mean? Question. How old are you? Also, are you in some sort of schooling or anything? Regular thing alongside your online stuff? How old I am? I am an age. No, I do YouTube full time. I don't do college. I don't. The last job I worked was in the oil field. This is what I do. I do YouTube full time. Does it mean that I eat rice and beans and I can't pay my heating bill? Absolutely. But this is what I do full time. So, you know, I went to college, dropped out, wasn't for me. Then I did construction in the oil field for a little bit, and now I'm here. I don't know how many questions are left. Doesn't look like that many. Well, Mary D 1495. What are you most proud of with your content? I would say most proud of content is my discipline about it. Granted, I used to upload every single day. I did dailies for months, and now I upload once a week. It's like, what happened to the old Sanguine, huh? Used to upload all the time, bro. But my discipline with my content. Yes, I've taken breaks. Yes, I've taken time off. But I've made and uploaded north 500 videos and audios within the span of 2 years. That's a lot of content to pump out. Oh, it's break time. But what I'm most proud of is that I haven't given up, and I continue to do it. And I have a schedule. I have a routine that I stick to. I've been streaming at the same, yeah, I've missed a couple streams. Yeah, I've missed a couple uploads, but 99% of the time, the video goes out when it's supposed to go out. I press go live when I'm supposed to press go live. I think for the first 3 or 4 months, I was only late once, and it was by like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Of course, winter and stress and everything I've been going through kind of throws that out the window, but I'm most proud that I've been diligent and I've been uploading consistently. Because to me, I view it as an investment with you guys, right? Like, you find a channel and you're like, hey, this is pretty good. And then you go on their channel and you're like, oh, they only have one video. And that video was uploaded 6 months ago. You know what I mean? So I view it as an emotional investment on your guys' part. Like, you guys don't want to engage. You guys don't want to subscribe. You guys don't want to contribute. If I go on constant breaks, if I'm like, oh, I need to go on a hiatus and I disappear for 6 months, right? Granted, some people can get away with that, shout out Corey Kenshin. But as a majority, most people can't. You know what I mean? Most people can't just, disappear, because I view it unfair. This ad break, we're just going to push through because we still got a bunch of questions to dig through. It's unfair to you guys to not do this, to take breaks, to be like, I don't feel like it. And it's like, and then you guys are like, what do you mean? I've subscribed to you. I've commented. I've liked. I've watched your stuff. I've engaged with you. And you're telling me you're just going to walk away? Like, I view YouTube and content creation as an agreement between the creator and the audience. And to not respect your engagement is just not the thing to do it. So that's why I'm very big on diligence. Now I'm very big on just being consistent. You know what I mean? Hardest working video on YouTube. There was a time I was the only person uploading daily. You know what I mean? And you guys remember, Of course, my quality has changed, right? My audio quality has gone up. My acting has gone up, even though my visuals have gone down. I used to have what I would probably consider the best thumbnails in the game. Stepped away from that, and now I've been more focused on the stories and the audios and everything. But I'm proud that I respect you guys, and I don't waste your guys' time, right? I think that's the most important thing, is I don't waste your guys' time, and that's important to me. So, Tofu for life. Hey, congrats on 2 years. Thank you. Is there any video you've done that's been more self-indulgent compared to others? Good question. There's a few of them the space boyfriend, last message from your boyfriend, that was inspired by Interstellar, clearly. The Andre photography, that was inspired by you guys, being like, oh, you should do photography. For the ones who've heard it, there's a couple audios out there where there's like a piano song. I paid the licensing rights to own that song and use it, and I made an audio around that song because I wanted to use the song. So there's a lot of times where I make an audio very much so for me. This is something I want to make. This is a project or a creation I want to explore. And yeah, and then I'll just upload it and share it with you guys. And you guys are like, yay, So a lot of times that a video is for me. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Astronaut's a good example of that. You know what I mean? And there's a few other videos in there that are a good example of doing things for me. You make more sense and have more inspirational content than those idiot self-help channels preach improvement, but just saying people yell about working out. You just inspire us by being yourself and setting a positive example. That's what inspires me, man. When I see people be themselves and pursue their interests and remain resolute in who they are as a character. And when I say character, I mean human. I don't mean like fantasy character. Those people inspire me. There's a lot of creators I watch and I enjoy and I follow because they're them and they create stuff that is what they want to create, and it's super inspiring to watch and just be like, dude, this is awesome. Thank you for sharing this with me. You know what I mean? Thank you for sharing what you like with me. So for me, that's what's super important. And it's like, oh, Lou, thank you. I'll take a sip of my coffee. Oh, I think it might be cold. There's water and coffee, right? Yeah, it's just being inspired by people, and seeing people do what they want to do, and then it makes you be like, you know what? I want to do what I want to do. I got told something when I was very young. A small drop makes a mighty ocean, right? So if you're doing something and you're building steam, or like that one song, shout out my man DJ Shadow, building steam with a grain of sand. You don't need to put all your effort in. You don't need to give it everything you got, and I'm going to be the next Hokage. You can just do a little every day, and that little will slowly build momentum until you're doing the full thing. You know what I mean? And I think that applies to a lot of stuff, like being nice and being helpful and being inspiring. You don't need to scream from the rooftops, do what you want to do. You can just do what you want to do and tell people that. You know what I mean? I'm going to hop up stream to grab food, but I really enjoyed being in stream for the time I spent. Thank you for visiting, Kitsune. Thank you for your questions. Have you done binaural audios? Or would you be interested in making any? I want to. The unfortunate fact is binaural mics are very expensive, like ridiculously expensive. Like if I had the money to buy a binaural mic, I'd probably buy like a Steam Deck or video games or parts for my car. You know what I mean? They're ungodly expensive. And I do want to make stereo because imagine, hear me out for a second, chat. Imagine stereo hypno. Now that'd be dope, huh? I go from ear to ear saying stuff. Now that'd be dope, huh? I do hope to be able to do that one day. I'm working on it. I'm working on stereo and what's called double. Spoilers. I have a microphone on the way. A new microphone. A better microphone. Better for streaming and stuff. But maybe that microphone will help me do stereo. It probably won't because it's a different type of microphone. But we'll see. I'll experiment and I'll mess around with it. But I do want to do this one thing. It's called double tracking. I want to try double tracking, and I will probably be the only ASMR artist on YouTube who does double tracked audios. Of course, now that idea's out there, and someone's going to instantly go record it right now and beat me to it. But that's the nature of the beast, right? But but I want to try double tracking audios. What double tracking is when you record with 2 mics at the same time, and you use the microphones for different reasons. Usually one of them you'll kind of cut off a bit of it and only use like maybe the top end or something, or the other way around. But I want to try that. But yeah, I'm thinking instead of buying a binaural mic, maybe just getting 2 stereo mics or 2 of the same mic, pointing them in different directions, and then just going from left to right with them. And then in editing, I can deal with the levels and get it to do like good panning and stuff. So, but I got to work on it. That requires buying a new interface. That requires getting another mic, getting more cables, how am I going to set up 2 microphones on my desk? It's this thing I've been trying to figure out how I'm going to do it. But that's the plan, is binaural. I do plan on doing binaural one day. It's a very costly endeavor. You know what I mean? So, Amanda, soon to be. How did you get into voice acting? So I got to go eat some food, but I'm glad to catch a stream. Again, happy 2 years. Thanks for visiting, Danny. Glad to have you here. So, story about voice acting. So I play VR chat, right? You guys know how much I love VR chat. I played VR chat for years, since COVID. I played VR. I was a COVID baby. And I played VR chat with what's called mute. So I didn't talk because, hear me out. You guys remember a little name? You guys remember a little guy? Hello, Journey. Thanks for joining. You guys remember a little guy by the name of Corpse Husband? You guys remember that guy? Remember how he had the, no pun intended, how he had the internet in a chokehold? So, at the same time that Corpse Husband was making Twitch streamers squee, I was getting into VR chat. So I'd join VR chat and I'd be like, hello, and I would just get ripped into multiple times, man. People being like, you're just trying to sound like Corpse Husband. Stop forcing your voice. And I still get that to this day, man. You know what I mean? Like, people still tell me to stop forcing my voice. And so that kind of hurt, right? I'm just talking. I'm just saying hello. Hi. And because Corpse Husband is making the rounds on the internet with being like, oh, I have a deep voice. You know, let's be honest. So it kind of hurt. It hurt me as a person to be like, oh, everybody thinks I'm faking. Everybody thinks I'm not being me. Or everybody thinks I'm trying to emulate some kid on the internet. So I went mute and I didn't talk. And I never talked. And I didn't talk for years. And then I got drunk one night. And this was at the time I started kind of talking in VR chat, but very selectively. I was what's called a selective mute. There's a whole lore and world to VR chat. Trust me, man. And I was selectively talking. I was talking to my old friend. Shout out my old friend. Great guy. I hope he's doing well. And I remember he was drunk. I remember this night. He was drunk. And I just remember talking to my friend being like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't like how people, and I don't feel confident in my voice. And like the Undertaker, because he was passed out, right? Like the Undertaker, he had risen up, stood up, and he was like, look, man, and proceeded to give me like a super inspirational speech, right? And it was like, screw this, you got a great voice, blah, blah, blah. And like, it helped me a lot. And at the same time, I was in a really dark place. And you guys ever heard of a website called ePal? I used to be in the top 10 people on that website, and not as a service provider, but as a consumer. And so because I didn't have any friends, you know, even though I just said I had friends, right? I didn't have any close people. I didn't have any confidants. And I remember talking to someone. Of course, I paid them. Right. So, of course, they're going to act like they're interested in talking to me. And I brought up the voice thing to them. And I said, hey, you know, I still feel poopy about my voice. You know, the kids yelling at me on the internet, everything. And I made the joke. Right? I was like, oh, if I have such a nice voice, what am I going to do you go do ASMR role play or something? Like completely off the cuff joke. And she was like, yeah. And she like lit up like a light bulb. You know what I mean? And she was like, yeah, you totally should. And I'm like, and then, so it's, traditional anime protagonist. Like, you think so? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, sure. Let's do it. So I went and I was like, what is ASMR roleplay? How do I do this? So I found scripts and I was like, how do I make a thumbnail? Okay, this is what people do. They get an anime picture and put words on the screen. Okay. And I did that. And that was 2 years ago, almost to the day that I did that. And now I'm here. So it's kind of weird. Most people get into it because they like it. Most people get into it because they're inspired to do it by other creators they listen to. I got into it because I was in a very dark place where I wasn't comfortable with myself and I wasn't confident with who I was. And thanks to a couple people, maybe by chance, maybe they did mean it, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Just by the grace of a couple people's kind words, they gave me enough of a oomph to push me to try something outside of my comfort zone. And embrace a part of me that I didn't like. And I wasn't I didn't like my voice. And I know you guys were like, what? But Sanguine, your voice. And it's like, I hated it. And not in the like, tee-hee, oh my God, I don't like my... Not in that way. But in the truly like, I don't like talking. I don't like people hearing me. You know what I mean? I don't want to be heard. That kind of way. And thanks to a couple people just being like, nah, man. Nah. You're fine. You're fine, brother. And you know what I mean? Just thanks to that, I was able to take the leap and be like, you know what? Let's try it. And I knew you can't upload a video, can't upload one YouTube video and get 10 views and be like, well, I guess it didn't work. I know you have to give it an earnest try. You have to give it a college try. So I was like, I'm going to upload for a month. I'm going to upload every day for a month. I'm going to post. I'm going to share. I'm going to do everything you're supposed to do with YouTube. And if anything happens, we'll see. And if nothing happens, well, at least I tried, right? And 4 days later, I had 1,000 views, and my videos were getting 10,000 views a day. You know what I mean? And I just exploded overnight. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll keep doing this then. You know what I mean? So that's how I got into voice acting, was because I hated my voice. And by the grace of a couple people, they told me to embrace me. You know what I mean? It's kind of like fishing. You can't just cast once and expect a lot of bites. Exactly. But yeah, that's how I got into voice acting. So doing ASMR is a very personal thing to me. I'm not saying that doing this because you enjoy it isn't personal, but this journey and everything I've been through is very personal to me. Because like I said, I was in a very dark place. There's a lot of parts of me that I didn't like. And now I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. I'm the most fulfilled. I have a purpose. Things are great. You know what I mean? Not as rich as I used to be, but things are great. You know what I mean? So that's how I got into it. I know I got to tell that story every so often because people come, people go. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's kind of interesting. You know what I mean? Franny Flow -317. Have you found any comfort in listening to your own audios? Absolutely. You make a difference. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Lou. Absolutely, I've found comfort in listening to my own audios. Not in the way you guys might expect, though. I don't listen to all my own audios. I listen to them like 6 times over, just editing the gosh dang things. But for me, especially like the hypno and the peaceful and the like self-love audios that I make, there's a peace there that I enjoy because I'm trying to convey a peace. I'm trying to convey a feeling and a vibe. And in my opinion, I knock it out of the park. So when I'm editing those audios, I kind of just stop and the piano's playing and I'm like, oh, you have to love yourself. You know what I mean? And, sorry. And it's that moment that I'm like, this is nice. This is nice. This is good. I like this. You know what I mean? And little doggy with the bat. And so absolutely, man. You know, absolutely I find comfort. Not in the same way that you guys listen to, where you guys cuddle up and put on your favorite headphones and put on your $20 Temu headphones and be like, oh, this is so great. Not in that way, but just the vibe. Definitely. I on a few of my audios I enjoy. You know what I mean? It's my old outro song. Danny Gadborg 2026. Wow, 2 years going strong. That's awesome. Congratulations, Sangun. Thank you. What is your own preferred character type to bring to life? Because you are a genius at sounding sweet and caring, yet you are equally as good as sounding bone-chillingly creepy. And I love all of it. My favorite character, which I've mentioned before, is the like kind of king, like flowery romance, like, oh, what would I do? Like the moon chases the sun, like that type of stuff. That's definitely up there with like my favorite type of character. The other favorite type of character, or preferred, is the like demon with the suit. You know what I mean? Like where he's kind of blasé, he's kind of like almost indifferent, almost like you're bothering him. He's like, I guess, that kind of, character, the demon in a suit, basically. Like, what is it now? Or a little bit of snide, but at the end of the day, it's he's just complaining. Because I do the same thing. I'll help you fix your car. I'll help you do this or do that. I'm gonna complain. You know what I mean? I'm still gonna let you know that I'm freaking being like, I paused my anime for this. You know what I mean? But I'll still help you. And I like to feel that those demon characters that I do are in the same vibe. Like, I'll still help you, but, you got my suit dirty. This community is amazing, and I'm grateful to all of you. Dude, out of any community I could have gotten on the internet, I got you guys. And it's nice. It's nice to see you guys talk and share and inspire each other, and, how friendly you guys are. Maybe to fault sometimes, but it's super nice. I could have got any type of community, man. I could have got any type of people, and I got the good ones. It's like, huh? How did I get that lucky, But yeah, kings and demons. I mean, I even put it in my bio, right? The type of characters I like doing. I'm so thankful to have found all of you in this community. It's so sweet, a little sassy, but it's amazing. That's what makes it great, you know what I mean? JW Watches. Congrats on 2 years. Thank you. My question is, do you have plot lines that you started one way and ended another? A few times. Now that I think about it, a few times. Usually most of the time, though, I'm writing something and I'm like, I see it kind of ending different. I'm like, but I'm already halfway through. I got to get, I don't really want to scrap it. I do have my vault, though, if you guys are interested. I don't think I've ever publicly talked about this. I do have my vault, which is full of like half done audios. I mean, there's even a few audios in there that are like completely done. And I never uploaded them. There's scripts in there. There's the WIPs in there. You know what I mean? So I do have stuff that I haven't finished because I'm not a fan of scrapping ideas. Not so much plot lines, because like I kind of write out a general basis of what the story's gonna be before I set out to achieve the script. But with voice acting, for sure, I will be working through a script, and I'll kind of be, I'll be filling the script, and I'm like, you know what? I feel like this script can be approached differently, and I'll redo the recording, and I'll start over with like a different prose or a different character. You know what I mean? So definitely with the voice acting, I'll start over. And I've done it multiple times. A lot. I do it a lot. I'll get like quarter, halfway through, and I'm like, you know what? We're going to do it differently. But there's probably only been like 1 or 2 stories. I'm like, this is nice, but it needs to be reworked. So, but I kind of like the story kind of take, I basically play like Barbie doll in my head. I take like, okay, I got Demon Dude, and I have Listener, and then they kiss. And I just kind of play Barbie doll in my head and write the story, and wherever it goes, it goes. But I kind of do have like an inciting incident, kind of guidelines for places to go. But I'm usually 99% of the time happy with where the story ends up. Grumpy Demon. Yeah. Hey, you guys are awesome, man. You should know that. You guys are awesome. Kagome Higurashi. Oh, Kagome Higurashi. 4480. What type of things do you like to do outside of YouTube? Oh, first question about my personal life. And what is your favorite type of ASMR roleplay to do? So like I said, I do a lot of tech stuff. I'm into tech things. Like reshelling PSPs, building full body tracking for VR, fiddling with tech related stuff. I'm really into cars. I don't really have the money for it right now, but when I did, I worked on my car a lot. I've done a ton of work to it. What other things do I like doing? I don't really have any hobbies. I'm too busy doing YouTube. I'm hoping to get into some hobbies. I'm hoping to get a 3D printer eventually, and then start kind of messing around with projects and stuff. One project I've always wanted to do is called like circuit bending. So I've always wanted to circuit bend a camera and make the camera take like weird pictures and stuff, and like build little things on it to like control how much it circuit bends and everything. I know it's been done before, but it doesn't mean I don't want to do it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I'm really into tech. I want reasons to mess around with tech. I like building things. I like putting things together and then turning them on and seeing them work and do whatever they're supposed to do. It's super satisfying to me. But I don't really have any hobbies because, you gotta make a lot of money to dress trashy. You know what I mean? So, but maybe one day. So, any good artist of any kind has undone projects in their drawer. This is true. Got a dream car? I do, Jarny. I do have a dream car. It's currently sitting in my driveway right now. I'll show you guys. Whoops. Oh wait. Shock! I was on the internet the whole time. Black 2001. There we go. Here's my car. There we go. That's a better picture. There's my car. That's not my exact car, but that's my car. Except I have black grills and black logos and black rims and black everything. But that's my car. So that was my dream car as a child. Need for Speed, am I right? Shout out. And I found it on Facebook Marketplace for super dirt cheap, and I bought it instantly, and I've done a ton of work to it, and now it's sitting in my driveway. And I mean, I want other cars. There's the what is it? There's this car, M6 Grand Coupe. Love to own one of these. Very nice. I like the lines. But yeah, that's my dream car, and I own it. So, anyways. But yeah, and then what is your favorite type of ASMR role play too? Well, we all know that. Hypno. Hypno and romance. Love doing some romance. In back, I did not get a smoothie. Welcome back, Segra. My brother has a car like that, but instead of BMW, it's a Mercedes. Oh, very nice. Was it like a C63? I've always wanted a C63. They're really good for turboing. They're a little pricey, but they're super good. Dark Magical Yoshi. You've taken on the roles of so many different characters. So if you could be any of those characters in real life, which one would you be and why? Well, I'd be a king, of course, right? Get to eat grapes all day. eat grapes and lounge around. Probably king. I mean, because this is all in fantasy stuff, right? A king or maybe like a rogue or something. Go on adventures and stuff. Probably that. Something good. Something good where I don't have to worry about too much and I don't have to worry about dying. That's the big one. Because there's a lot of that in fantasy. So, King Sanguine. Sweet. Back at it again. Sweet Yukibo. Which character that you've performed would you dread to meet in real life? And who would be your BFF? Cruel Emperor. Clearly. Dude's a big old meanie. Not a nice person, right? He freaking grabs you by your hair and slams your head in the back of the tub. That's not fun. Also, shout out. I hope you guys really appreciate that sound effect because I put a lot of effort into that moment. And who would be your BFF? I don't know. A lot of characters I've done are pretty decent guys, right? Not any of the boyfriend ones, but a lot of the werewolf guy was pretty nice, minus the being a werewolf and killing people. A lot of them, you know what I mean, are pretty decent people. I try not to pick people who are evil or bad. You didn't need it anyway. Is that cope? You're just coping, Sankra. Smiley with a 3, all caps, _ faces. Out of all the audios you've done, which one is your favorite? Also, congrats on 2 years. Thank you. Favorite? My favorite audio. There is one with the tree where it's like, do you see the tree and you see the opening and there's like music playing and stuff? That one's pretty cool. I like that one. Any like mystical hypno feel good stuff is definitely in my top 10 of like audios, right? Freya Delphine. Hey, wait a minute. I recognize that picture. Where do you see yourself in another 2 or more years? Or what do you hope to achieve? 2 more years, which means double where I am right now. That'd be a pretty good place to be at. Be nice. Well, technically be quadruple, right? Because where I am now is double from where I was a year ago. So quadruple from where I was, which would be pretty nice. What I spoke about earlier, I hope to have a need and a reason to purchase a camera and turn it on and film. I'm pretty sure I've told you guys about this, but I have a plan. Just a video I'd like to make. Black thumbnail. It says the title of the video is "We Need to Talk," and the thumbnail is just all black. And then I film with that camera and I talk about like mental health and blah blah blah. You know what I mean? And not so much me being like, oh, I'm having a rough day, but just talking about mental health and putting it on the table for us to discuss. You know what I mean? That's one of the reasons I hope to own a camera. But in a couple years, I'm hoping I'm a little more secure with everything, not as stressed with life, taking better care of myself, of course, eating better, more exercising, being more healthy-minded, and just doing more. I love making content, man. I love pursuing ideas. Now that I'm like, it's like for my artists out there in chat, when you finally realize, wait a minute, I can draw. I can do it now. And you can actually draw what you want to draw. That's how I feel about video editing and making content. It's like I feel like I can do it now. So when I have an idea or something I want to pursue, it's like I want to do it. It's just I don't have the energy right now, So I'm hoping to pursue more stuff, start some channels. Laura! My voice is all dry. Cheered 100 bits. Thank you. Thank you. Let's get confetti everywhere. I'll make a mess. I got all this confetti I gotta sweep up. Oh, you know what I should do? I should do the confetti thing and then have the little SpongeBob sweep guy come along the bottom of the screen. I'm gonna do that. Thank you for the idea. And thank you for the bits, Laura. But yeah, more content, better content, more sharpened and more disciplined as a person. Just a lot of stuff. And thank you for making it something realistic too, not like 10 years, bro. If you told me 10 years ago I was going to be doing this, I'd be like, who are you and how did you get in my house? You know what I mean? So thank you for making it a much more realistic goal. So you mentioned how tedious editing is. Would you consider hiring an editor when you get funds, or do you like having full control of your work? Absolutely. One of my pipe dreams is to continue to do content creation and do it so well that I can then bring people into the fold and find people who want to be editors, who want to do this, who want to do that within content creation, and give them an opportunity to pursue that full time and live a good life doing that. That's one of my like pipe dreams. Is like someone's like, oh, I've always wanted to be an editor. And it's like, well, I need one. So here you go. Here's a full-time position, and here's an income that you can live pretty decently off of and have fun. And thanks for joining the team. I'd love to offer that so much as people to, because I'm pursuing a dream, right? Even though it might be a little tiny little dream where I have to eat rice and beans and, stuff like that. But still a dream nonetheless. And I'd like to share that dream with people, I found dozens of boxes of red tapered candles on a curb alert about 2 weeks ago after your hypnosis video that included a red tapered candle. Oh, spooky. Having that while I'm doing the thing moment is very nice. Exactly. We're looking forward to it if and when you pursue it. If and when. Absolutely. Thank you, Lou. Nobody knows what it'll be in 10 years. Exactly. But so, I hope all it takes, I got the ideas. I just need the energy. You know what I mean? I just need the energy. Oh. Black IMSE. Congrats for 2 years anniversary. Thank you. What's your favorite video of your channel? The most difficult to make and the easiest? My favorite video. My favorite video. You know what was pretty good? Now that I think about it, because I have like 500 videos, right? How am I supposed to remember all of them? The reverse Cinderella, the reluctant prince. You guys remember that one? Where we're trying to find the shoe. I actually had a ton of fun. Shout out Rit Savvy, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're living the best life. That was so much fun to fill that story and bring that story to life. I love that, man. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's fantasy stuff, but it feels a little real. It feels relatable in the sense of like, hey, these characters feel real. It's not like super far removed fantasy, right? So now that I think about it, the reluctant prince was pretty. Those two videos were pretty fun. The most difficult to make was probably, even though I know this isn't a video, the Vampire Lord series. There's so much sound effect and the multiple voices and the multiple parts. There was 9 parts. And the editing was crazy on that, man. And that was like my first big collab. Shout out Mab. That was my first big collab. Unless they've done something that got them canceled. That was my first big collab series. You know what I mean? And it was just, it was very difficult to put together and make, and get all put together and good. But I had a great time with it. Dude, part 7, the big fight between Belmont and what's his face? That's still like one of my most viewed videos of all time. You know what I mean? People love that video, And the easiest videos to make are the like affirmation videos. Lavelle, yes, thank you. It's been 2 years. The affirmation videos or like the self-love videos, those are the easiest to make because I don't need sound effects. I don't need to voice act. I can just read something in a very nice, comforting tone, throw a little music or sound or ambience on top, boom, done. You know what I mean? Those are the easiest. So like when things are tough for me, not always, but when things are tough for me, you might see a self-love or a comfort or that type of video come coming your way. You know what I mean? Last 3. Ooh. Last 3. Such a cool series. Yeah, I had great fun doing that series. Building hype. Oh, part 3 is coming up, and everybody's like, oh my god. You know what I mean? It was great fun. Did I already read this one? I feel like I already read this one. Am I tripping? Because I remember the name, right? And I remember it being like 2 parts. I feel like I already read this one. Am I tripping? Did I click the wrong button? We had similar question before. I'll still answer it just to be safe. How do you get most of your ideas and scripts for your project? No, I definitely answer this because the answer that came to mind is the answer that I've already said before. Because I was gonna say ASMR Script Haven, but now majority 95% of my scripts are written by me. Type of story character don't enjoy: bad guys, evil guys, cruel emperor. Yeah. Okay. Last two. Who's it gonna be? I wonder who it's gonna be. Creepy Watson. What is your favorite dessert? If you prefer savory snacks, what is your favorite of that? My favorite dessert. If I could have any dessert. It'd be a hard toss-up between chocolate chip cookies and a slice of cheesecake. Be a hard toss-up. The only thing is like with cookies, you can dip them in the milk and they get all nice and soft. Cheesecake is very nice, but it's way too rich, man. I have to eat like the smallest sliver of cheesecake, and that's it. I'm good for like 6 months, you know. So probably just chocolate chip cookies. You know what I mean? Just like some Chips Ahoy, you know, not the chewy kind, the crunchy kind, the blue package. I don't like chewy cookies. I don't like the mush, and they don't soak up milk. So just like Chips Ahoy. Every so often, you know, every couple months, I'll grab a package of cookies. You know, favorite flavored cheesecake: strawberry flavored cheesecake. But it's just so rich, man. What is going to be your best birthday present to yourself this year? That's a tough one. There's a present I'm hoping to get this year. But if I don't get it, that's okay. I don't know. I kind of have everything. More records would be nice, or vinyls, I mean. More video games is always nice too. I'm hoping to get a 3D printer eventually. Have something to do. I don't really have any hobbies, man. I just play video games and I do YouTube. I don't have any like hobbies, you know. Yeah. But I hope if I can, I'm gonna do my best to save for it. It's a Stream Deck, because I want to get away from my computer. Because I sit at my computer for 16 hours a day, right? I don't have a TV. I don't have anything else. This is where I work. This is where I talk to everybody. This is my source of entertainment. You know, YouTube, playing video games, watching movies, whatever. This is everything, right? I just want to take a break. I want to go sit outside. I want to go lie on the bed, you know? And so I have an iPad, which will be nice in springtime. I'm planning on getting like the special little keyboard you can get for it with the mouse pad and everything. So that I can sit outside on my porch and like write scripts and do work and stuff outside. So I'm hoping to get one of those. And then, dude, I just imagine sitting on my porch playing video games on my Steam Deck. Oh, that sounds pretty, dude. Feeling the warm sun on my skin. It's a nice spring morning. I'm sitting there playing Factorio. Maybe not Factorio. I don't know. I'm playing something. You know, I'm playing some fun game. You know, I just think they're cool, man. I have my Switch. I love my Switch, man. Don't get me wrong. You know, I have the PSP. I have the Switch, and I hope to get the Steam Deck because I'll have all the trifecta, all 3 greatest handhelds to exist. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I hope so. But they're really expensive, man. So I don't know if it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And also things aren't really good for me right now. Not to give you too much of a peek behind the curtains, but ad revenue and all that stuff is just in the dumpster, because that's how it is for the first quarter of the year. So it's kind of tough. It's not Christmas where I'm buying a chair and a VR headset. Sweet. Wait a minute. You snuck in another question. Sweet Yukibo. Is there a scenario or script that you've come across that you immediately rejected? If so, what was it? Not safe for work or other obvious reasons. True, fair enough. So I used to have this bad habit. Super cozy. I hope the Stream Deck gods smile on you. I do too. I'm not going to out anybody. I'm not going to mention any ideas. I'm not going to name anything that could make you be like, oh, that's so-and-so. But I used to be in a bad habit of skimming and scanning scripts and be like, oh, this looks good. And I'd have thumbnail done. I'd be all ready to go. I'd be in the middle of recording it, and boom, I'd hit some word or some thing that I am just not comfortable with, or I don't think it belongs on the platform, or just any of that, and I'll stop mid-sentence. And I don't even save these ones. I'd straight to the dumpster. You know what I mean? So there's been quite a handful, at least 5 or 10 times. I've been like, oh, this seems good, and then I catch a line or a phrase or something, and I'm just like, no, or the vibe changes. It's happened. There's been a lot of times I've just been like, nah, I ain't doing this, chief. You know what I mean? Does your town have a free garden or anywhere scenic? Added music gaming to something like that would be really nice. It does, actually. There is like a community garden, and there's a nice little area I can walk around. There's like a lake and stuff. What would be really nice is like an iPod, like an old iPod. You know what I mean? I've always wanted to get like an old iPod and like refurbish it, put in like a new battery and screen and stuff, and make it all nice, and then just take that and go on walks and listen to music or podcasts or anything. I don't know. You know what I mean? That'd be real nice, But I'm not super dead set. Like, there's things I'm dead set on, right? Like VR headset. I got, and now I have 2 VR headsets because I love VR. An iPod, I'm not super make or break about it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna freaking cry if I never get an iPod in my life, But it'd be nice to have, So that's one of the things. You know what I mean? Well, that's it. I miss my old iPod shuffle. I never had an iPod. I never had an iPod. But that's it. We did it. We reached the end. That was all the questions. It's been 2 years, man. Too crazy. There's dark times in there. You know what I mean? There's times where I was screaming at the moon, howling at the moon. There was times where life was so good, I'd cry. I'd cry tears of happiness because of how good things are and were. You know what I mean? Powered through almost 3 hours. Yeah, when I stream, I stream for about 3 hours usually. And it's been 2 years, man. Ups and downs, breaks, and I gotta learn how to give myself vacations, man. It'd be nice to maybe every few months I'll like preload stuff, or maybe just not upload. I mean, all the big YouTubers don't upload, right? They don't upload consistently. It's every couple of weeks they might put it, but they put out amazing 10 on 10 videos, right? So I don't know. Feel the love. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. I do. You guys are awesome. Like I said, I could have got any community, and I got the good one. But and I do my best to return it to you guys. Give you guys the best me I can. Whether that be with the content or the streams or anything, really. I do my best to just give you guys a good time. Like I said, respecting your time, respecting your investment. You know what I mean? Because you're investing in me as a creator, right? With your engagement and comments and likes and views and everything, you know. And I do my best to return it to you and be like, here you go. Here's what I come up with so far. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't know. People ask me, you know, I'll be out and about in the real world, and so what do you do for work? And it's like, how do I explain that? You know what I mean? How do you explain being a full-time creator to someone? How do you explain what that's like? You know? So, it's definitely interesting. But I appreciate you guys. Trust me, I do. You know? You guys mean a lot to me, and that's why I'm super open. I have the Discord and hang out with you guys and play silly Roblox games and stuff, you know? I'm happy to have you guys here with me. You know, whether you stay, whether you go, whether you're here for a short time or a long time, it don't matter. I'm just happy to have you here. You know what I mean? I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the support and all the good stuff. You know, I wouldn't trade it for anything, man. But yeah. Thank you for doing what you do. It's important work. Thank you for appreciating what I do, Ben. Yeah. I do this stuff to help. You know? And I might make mistakes. I might say the wrong thing. I might be grumpy. I might be sad. I might not be running on all cylinders sometimes, but I'm human. You know what I mean? And that's fine. You know, at least to me. But I do my best to put my best foot forward and do good. You know what I mean? We are happy to watch you stream. Every stream is enjoyable, funny, and wonderful. Well, here's the best thing, Sunshine, is it's only going to get better. You know what I mean? I'm only going to improve. The streams are only going to get better. The content and the how I present things and all that stuff, it's only going to get better. You know what I mean? Remember when I first started, it was just a picture in a corner. And now look at it. I got a whole... Here, I could show you guys. Never really showed you guys. Where is it? I got a whole room. Check it out. There's a whole room in here, man. I got a computer. Look at that. There's a computer over there. A little mic. It's it looks like some kind of Switch knockoff. There's a whole room in here. You know? I don't know what that's about, personally. It came with the room, but you know what I mean? Whoops. There's a whole bunch of stuff, you know? There's a whole bunch of stuff. Do you look like your avatar here? Yep. I got brown hair. I'm a Caucasian male. You know? I'm not that skinny. Not that I'm chubby. I'm built like a rugby player. You know what I mean? So much room for activities. Indeed. Lots of room for activities. But like I said, things are only going to get better. You know what I mean? Things are only going to improve. The quality of the streams are only going to improve. The audio, the videos, all of it. I'm going to learn. I'm going to get better. Because that's a promise I made to you guys, the audience, a long time ago. Was to keep raising the bar, keep raising the standard. You know what I mean? And, yeah. Just offer the best I can offer. We ain't stuck with Stingy. Stingy's stuck with us. Never stop leveling up. Exactly, Bent. Look forward to many more years. Grandma voice. Very nice. Cannot wait. I can't either. Wait to find out what kind of stuff I can come up with and what amazing things may come our way, like the merch. Soon. I'm hoping to launch the merch soon. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, my free trial for my photo editing software freaking ended, so I can't draw no more. And I was gonna draw my merch. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. We'll get there eventually. There's no rush. You know. So but yeah, I hope you guys appreciated the Q&A. It's crazy. It's been 2 years, man. I was like, oh yeah, it's been 2 years. What the frick? You know what I mean? So, But what are you guys yapping about? Maybe. You give supportive, kind big brother energy. Well, I don't have any siblings, but thank you. What do you guys yap? Oh, I already said that. I'm a little sad. I only found you 4 months ago, but I'm excited to be here now. I'm going for, well, Elsa, lucky for you. You have 2 years of content to dig through. So have at it. Yeah, I need a Kiki chain and stickers. I'm working on it, Ben. I'm working on it. Thank you. You're very welcome, Midlight. Thanks, Sanguine. I'm so happy to have found you in this community. You are very welcome, Lo. You are very welcome. I do my best. You know, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm trying to do my best. You know, so. But yeah, it was pretty good. Never did a QA stream before, but you know, that was pretty good. I think so. Right? So, but I hope you guys had fun. Let's see what we had. It was Sakura starting out strong with an uwu. And then Sakura keeping me hydrated. And then we had a couple follows from Weeb and Midlight. And then Bent keeping Kiki fat and fed. And then we had Laura and Elsa with the bits. Bent with 2 subs again. Crazy. And then Lou with 300 bits with the little hearts. Oh. And then Lou with the water. And Laura with another 100 bits. And then another era. You guys are crazy. Love all these merch ideas, dude. I gotta fix the eye thing. I've got a lot of ideas. You know. Just you wait. I know you don't like the mean audios, but they helped me with some trauma I didn't know I needed help with. Well, that's good. At least there's some benefit to be found in those. Also, a Sanguine plushie that says scammer gets scammed. Yeah, that would be nice. You know, he can eat snacks to crunch on, man. I get it. Yeah, love getting to chill and chat. Exactly. That's why I do it. You know what I mean? Just a little chill, little thing. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had fun. It's freaking Saturday. I got a sleep schedule to fix. My sleep schedule got really messed up this past week or so. So I need to get back on my normal schedule. I hope you guys had fun. Thank you for all the questions. All the interesting questions. I really appreciate them. Singer Day. You guys are just trying to put Sanguine on everything. You know, it's like the McDonald's. It's like McBurger, McDrink, McShake. Sleep schedule. That's the thing. Yes, Bent. You should try it. You'll be amazed how much it'll help you. You know. We're all buddies here. Skibbity Kiki. Yeah, I can make a skibbity toilet. I wanna make Kiki dice. Maybe? Question mark. 3D print some little Kikis. Paint them. Put them in some resin dice. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe give them away or something. I don't know. I want to do giveaways. I want to give stuff away. Yeah. But I hope you guys had fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I try my best to have fun and do fun stuff. You know what I mean? So hope you guys enjoyed it. Sanguine Starbucks. Those are treating treasure. Oh. Let's make freaking lose it. Let's sing freaking lose. Sanctum, sanctuary. I can keep going. Oh boy. Such a fun time. It was fun for me too. I liked all the question. I like reflecting. I like thinking about where I was and where I've been and what I've gone through and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So, but yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys had fun. You know. Spinning the wheel. Take care of your guys' selves. It's nice to come back home too. Oh. Streams are always fun. Love chatting with Sengi in this community. Look forward to streams every week. Oh. You guys are too sweet. Take care of yourself. Make sure you drink Wawa. Eat some good food. And Penguin merch. Maybe. I don't know about that one, Chief. Take care of your guys' self. Eat good food. Get some sleep. If you're not sleeping. And take it easy, man. It's Saturday. Have some fun. Yeah, have some fun. Play some video games. Listen to some music. Do a little drawing if you draw. Whatever. You know, whatever makes you happy, you should do it because it's the weekend. You know? And be nice to yourself. Yes, exactly, Lou. Be your own best friend. You wouldn't talk to your friend the way you talk to yourself. So why do it? You know? Stop it. Get some help. You know? But okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for making this happen. This wouldn't happen without you guys. Hold on. Let me PBS. Hold on. This program was made possible by contributions to your Sanguine station from viewers like you. Thank you. But for real though, this wouldn't be possible without you guys. So keep that in mind, huh? You guys are great. Okay, see ya. Bye. Bye, Jarny. Bye, Lou. Bye, Sunshine. I got a good surprise for you next week. Maybe, question mark. I don't know. Bye, Lavi. Bye, Bunny. Bye, Laura, Bent, Freya, Elsa, Sunshine, Werewolf, Nightbot. Wait a minute. Midlight. Bye. I don't know if I missed any names. Bye. See you guys later. Hope you guys take care of yourself. Lou, Bent, Jarny, bye. Laura, Werewolf, bye. Elsa, Sunshine, bye. I'll see you guys later. See you guys next week. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Bye-bye. No, you hang up. See you guys later. I'll see you guys next week. All right. Be good. And don't do anything I want to do. Okay. See you guys next week. Thanks for everything. Bye for now.